You are now listening to the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello and welcome to Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. My name is Hunter. In this podcast, I'll be joined by a different guest each week to discuss a classic Western movie or TV show. I've been a fan of classic Westerns for as long as I can remember, and in recent years, they've become very nostalgic for me. I love the aesthetic, the tropes, and I love seeing different filmmakers' takes on them. At their best, they're incredibly entertaining, rewatchable, and some of my all-time favorite movies are Westerns. We'll mostly focus on Western movies made in Hollywood, but we'll also be covering spaghetti Westerns, and one thing I'm very excited to get into are Western TV shows. I've got some amazing guests coming on the show, film professors, historians, and podcasters. And Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys is part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, and many guests on the show will be from other shows on the network. Thanks for listening.
Hello there, and welcome back.
What is this place?
Disconnected.
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 I'm starting to feel disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hey, all, and welcome back to another Thursday Live with all of you. And stoked to be here. We get to talk about a lot of fun things. But tonight, I'm more excited because we get to be with Conor Holt. You have been here not in a long time, but man, I've gotten to talk to you a hell of a lot more because we work so much together. But man, how are you?
I'm always messaging you about like, hey, when's this due? When's this article due? So. But no, it's nice to be here on camera, talking with you, talking with everyone out there in the chat. Hi, guys. Glad to be back.
We are stoked you're here. For those that don't follow Conor, please click on the links in the description below. Follow him on Instagram under VHS Spectacular. We talked about this last time, but why VHS for those that maybe weren't here with you last time?
Because it's a superior format. We all know this, right?
Obviously, the fidelity is there.
Okay. VHS. Oh my, no. I love VHS. I'm a 90s kid, so it's very nostalgic for me. And I love rare movies you can't find anywhere else, and a lot of those films are on VHS. So I'm a big collector of obscure and unique films, and also I just like the history of films on home media. And if you like home physical media on home releases, that all starts with VHS, really. So I like to collect VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays. Still a couple 4Ks here and there, but honestly, it's really mostly VHS and DVDs, actually. Because I go to a lot of thrift stores. I like going to thrift stores, just picking up for $1, random stuff. And then, I get a lot of Blu-rays now with these, boutique labels.
I imagine if I was out near you, my thrift smorgasbord would be much better. I'm sure you got a lot of places that you get to find stuff out there.
It's true. Like there are a lot, but also because it's LA, you're competing with a lot of people. So you get sometimes you get like, it's been picked through, really. So you kind of get lucky, they just put this out. We're going to go deep into the valley to find a good spot, so, yeah. But then again, I've done like road trips where I've ended up in like St. Louis or Nashville and I'm going to find the gold here because it's out in the middle of nowhere, respectively, from LA. And no, it's also it's also a struggle sometimes. I can't tell you this is a for sure place you'll find the good stuff. And then I went to Ireland last year and I'm going to find it here. There's going to be tons of VHS. No, virtually nothing. Charity shops have one little tiny shelf of DVDs and VHS. Oh man, it's even worse here. So, I don't know, but I live in hope of finding stuff in the wild.
Well, on that note, we got to get you on another road trip, come through the middle of the country so we can hang out again.
That'd be great. I agree. That'd be awesome.
What's your favorite shop in LA for new goods?
For new goods, that's tough. Obviously there's, Barnes and Noble has Criterion. There's not really any place for new stuff, I wouldn't say.
No CD Trader, no Videotech.
Well, CD Trader is great, but I go there to buy vintage stuff. I don't think that I guess you're right, it does have new things, but for me, CD Trader is the place to go look at the bins. I found the 20-year-old.
Their used section is kind of incredible.
That's where I go. That's what I go there for. But you're right. CD Trader is awesome. Freak Beat's a great record store. But I go there for the used stuff, really. Yeah. These days, if I want new stuff, I'm usually buying it direct from the distributor website pre-order, because if I want it, then I want to make sure it doesn't sell out. So I just pre-ordered.
Sure.
So tons of stuff I've pre-ordered and they're not here yet. So like they're all like coming in September. Like need the money. I'm just waiting. So I don't have a lot to show tonight actually because I'm waiting.
Well, one of the things a lot of people have been waiting for has been celebrated over the last couple of weeks. You're a big fan of the World Cup going on. Why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Norway. I'm not just cheering Norway because they're underdog. That's totally fair if you do that, but I am cheering because I have ancestry. My great grandfather was Norwegian. My family likes to keep up their Norwegian connection. We have some cousins.
Oh, Norway, nice.
Norway. So hey, it was very exciting because they haven't been to the World Cup in almost 30 years. So I haven't really been paying attention last 30 years, but now that they're there, I'm very excited now. Yeah. So it was cool to see them go so well. Go Erling Haaland, that was awesome. It was just very exciting to feel part of it this year. Wish they could have gone further, but it's always next time. So in honor of that, I want to also Norway's kind of having a big moment in cinema right now too, because we just finally won with Sentimental Value, Norway's first ever time winning Best International Film of the Oscars. So it's been kind of a moment.
Incredible film.
So I want to shout out some other Norwegian films because obviously, if you've seen Sentimental Value, hopefully you've also seen his previous film, Worst Person in the World. Great Norwegian modern films. Yeah. And there's also, there's the director of the drama this year. He's Norwegian. His previous films, like his first film, Sick of Myself, which is Norwegian. Yeah. Great Norwegian filmmaker.
Is it Renate Rensva from?
He's Norwegian,
and she was just in Backrooms, which is a massive hit.
Exactly. So yeah, she's kind of now, thanks to Worst Person, she's kind of broken out. So, and then Stellan's Swedish, but he works a lot in Norway, so we like him too. But I wanted to shout out some other Norwegian films if you're interested, guys out there. Pathfinder. This is the first Norwegian Oscar nominee for foreign language film. It was remade several years ago called Pathfinder, starring Carl Urban. So it's a film about he's a Sami boy whose family is killed by raiders, and he goes on a kind of quest for revenge. And they remade that several years ago, where it's Native Americans versus the Vikings who come to invade sort of like Nova Scotia or Northern America, kind of what then. So I've never seen the remake, but the original is quite good. It's a very kind of good Sami language, kind of very kind of realistic revenge drama, and still not available on DVD or Blu-ray. It's trapped on VHS, and it's available on Criterion channels, so you can go and stream it right now in a nice HD. Looking at, like, okay, Criterion, you have the digital movie. Where's the disc? Oh yeah, fun fact. You're right. Norway. It's true. Like the Wonder Man project here. Like, right, Norway kind of is one of those countries that's kind of struggled to sort of build up their homegrown film industry. But this is what year is 1988. So this was they kind of broke through here. Oh, Laserdisc. Okay, good to know. Also Laserdisc, but hoping for a Criterion release someday. And then the other one I have here is a really obscure one. I don't know how to pronounce this really. This is the Norwegian Blu-ray. It's commonly called the Pinchcliffe Grand Prix. I forget how.
What an interesting packaging.
But yeah, this is a Blu-ray. But it's a stop motion animated film. And this is like the deluxe edition that I bought in Norway when I was there a few years ago. Blu-ray and DVD. Comes with a little film strip in it. But it's a beloved film in Norway. It's a stop motion animated film about a kind of like it's a race. It's a car race, and it's kind of one of those little characters, all these different cars going on this like epic crazy race. And apparently it's so popular in Norway, they show it like every Christmas on TV. It's kind of one of those like perennial favorites. Nice. So I was very happy to pick this up because it's not available in the US at all, really. I don't think even maybe it might have been a VHS release way back when, but that's it basically. So would love to see Deaf Crocodile. Could you release this? That'd be so cool.
I would suggest people email them. They do take suggestions. And Craig is not here tonight. He's currently he is hosting an interview for the disc that's coming up for Frankenstein: Legend of Terror, great animation title that's coming out this fall from them.
Yeah, but I would love to see that get a proper US release someday.
Yeah, I hope Craig rewatches this because man, that would be a fun one to see them.
Yeah, it's stop motion, man. It's Norwegian stop motion. There we go.
All right, so that is the focus on the World Cup. What about VHS Fest? We just passed that,
I know,
and sadly, you didn't get a chance to go.
I'm wearing my last year's VHS Fest shirt with a little basket case there. But yeah, I couldn't make it out this year, but looks like a lot of fun. Don't miss the heat, though, honestly. It was very hot there last year. So I hope everyone stayed cool, drank a lot of liquids, but sure, it was a lot of fun. Always a good time to get a lot of VHS collectors in one place. Everyone buying and selling and trading. Hope they got some good tapes.
This year was year 9, I think.
This year was year 10s. I was there for year 9 last year. This is 10. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Have you only gone to the one, or have you gone to a handful?
Only the one time last year, but because it's a great festival. But for all those who are interested, it is kind of remote. Like it's about an hour and a half north of Philadelphia, so you really have to have a car. So if you're not local, like what I did, we had to fly in and then rent a car to get there. So it's a commitment, but so it's definitely mostly East Coast people who go to it. So but I definitely recommend it if you can. It's a lot of fun.
Incredible. I wish I could go. I've always wanted to go. And not to mention, I just want to go see the Mahoning too. I mean,
sure.
It's like this mythical place now.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're a lot of fun. It's a great little great drive-in atmosphere. So definitely, but any drive-in theater, if you can, always fun to go to. Luckily, we still have one here in Los Angeles, the Paramount Drive-In, but we had 3 5 years ago, and now we're down to 1. So I was like, support the one while we still have it.
I didn't know that. That's crazy. We when I grew up at semi close to, I mean, much closer than I am now to you. Grew up in Barstow, California. We had a drive-in there that was operational on and off. I think the economy wise, it was a poor town, and so they changed owners a few times. It was closed for a couple years here, then opened for 3 years, and then failed, and then they went to another one, and after renovations, we're open again, and then that failed. So that happened a handful of times. But I mean, I like my wife and I when we were kids, we saw the original Spider-Man there, and incredible timing. We took the church youth group really awkwardly to see 300 in a drive-in. That was oh boy. That was a good time. Yes, I got all kinds of memories. The drive-in, I love that place.
Yeah, but definitely during COVID, it was so fun to see it packed. I remember that time very well. It was very fun during that year of shutdown. Like it was every weekend was busy, but then as soon as things opened up again, it started slowing down again. But now there's one in LA, and it seems like it does pretty well. Hopefully, it's doing well.
Which one in LA is still open?
It's called Paramount Drive-In down.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's it's still in the. Like it's in the county. Like there are other ones like further out, but there used to be the Mission Tiki Drive-In, and
that was a big one.
Drive-In, and those two were open up until like I don't know 2 or 3 years ago, and then yeah.
Well, that's one way to view movies. Another way that we both love is at home. What have you been picking up over the last however long?
Sure, yeah. Well, if you've been following me with my articles in the Physical Media Advocate, I wrote about Excalibur and the Dead, great Irish films. So very happy to have picked these up. This Excalibur box set is so great. Been waiting for this for a long time. I'm so glad Arrow did it because they did a great job. And then they're thrilled Criterion acknowledged like this is a masterpiece, and I'm happy that they're giving it its due. So very happy with that. Very happy that they're available now in a good format. Then was it a while ago now? I picked up from last year some films I like from last year. From Cartoona, we've got Boys Go to Jupiter. One of my favorite animated films from last year. Really fun, really creative. What a totally unexpected movie. Just so very happy this is on Physical Media. More people should check it out if you love animation. This is so creative and unique. Love that.
Also, just check out Cartoona in general.
Cartoona doing great work. Yep.
A lot of great stuff. A lot of off the wall titles.
Didn't they also release Hundreds of Beavers too.
It did, yeah.
That's great. Love that. Very cool. And then also cartoon. I got two pretty good. I got AJ Goes to Dog Park.
I've heard that one is great. I need to see
It's
that
very
one.
fun. I do know some people who worked on it because they made this in Fargo, North Dakota, and I went to school in Moorhead, Minnesota. So some people I know from the area worked on this movie. But I think it's such a funny, wacky film. Super low budget, but it's creative about it. Like, it's just this utterly ridiculous story about a guy who finds out his local dog park is being kind of torn down by the mayor, so he decides to run for mayor of Fargo. And it's this ridiculous, like, he gets a guy to train him how to become mayor, and it involves boxing and survival skills, and like, and like karate. Like, why is karate important to become mayor? It just is, okay. It's such a, and then like the dogs he has two dogs, and whenever the dogs are like doing like stunts, they have little stuffed animals, and they just throw them across the screen. Like, it's
Nice.
such a silly movie, but it's so sweet. Real hidden gem. And then I was at Anime Expo just like 2 weeks ago, so I picked up some anime. Picked up Devilman. This is the Discotheque release OVA series. Never
Nice.
seen it, so I'm excited to check it out. What's his name? Gona Guy. And then Doom Megalopolis from Media Blaster, another OVA series. The one I need to check out. I have these on VHS actually, but now that I have them on Blu-ray, so glad these these smaller companies are still putting out anime, because I don't know if you saw the news about Crunchyroll. I don't know if you saw that. The whole they're only going to sell to people who are members of Crunchyroll, so they're really gatekeeping their own store. Like, Jesus, this is not good, guys.
Was there a date given for that? Is there?
No, you're right. I didn't see if it's a date. You're right. Maybe it hasn't taken place yet, but oof.
Well, what I'm getting at is they just listed a whole bunch of Amazon exclusive titles, and so I'm like, what exactly is the mission here?
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't said anything yet, because none of it actually makes sense yet.
No. Mm-mm. But whatever it is, it's just the latest step. And hey, it's a monopoly. They own they own
a shit ton of stuff,
and they own Funimation. So like, monopolies are not good, people. It's not good. So support these Discotheque, support Anime Ego, support Media Blasters, support these smaller companies. That's because if it's all down to one company, they're gonna muck things up.
It's true. As if anime wasn't already extra expensive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other discs you want to hype? Okay. I've got 4 things that I'm excited about. One, this is the only thing that was sort of something I've been dying to get for a while, and I finally was able to cross it off because it finally came back in stock somewhere. The Dirties, Matt Johnson's film The Dirties. Been dying to get this release from Umbrella. I probably should have got the extra giant edition, but I can't really afford $55 on a film anymore. You got the big boy?
No. I have. Where is it? I have the DVD release.
Ooh.
Because I don't know where it is, but it was from a small company called Glass Doll Films, an Australian release.
Okay. Yeah.
This was 10 years ago, because I saw it, loved it, and then I realized all there was a Canadian Blu-ray with no special features on it. So I found this Australian DVD that had a commentary track. So I imported that from Australia. So I'm thrilled, though, that now Umbrella's released here. That's great. So a bigger, shinier Blu-ray release. But that film was sort of hard to get for a while there. It's like, why this film's so good?
Still is here in the States. Still hard to find here.
Yeah,
you got to go to Australia to get it.
Yeah. I don't know why Australia is picking up slack here, guys, but yeah, I wonder. This is me conjecturing. I wonder. I guess Canadian. What's her name? Canadian National Pictures. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they specialize more in older Canadian films, but I wonder if they've thought about releasing it. I don't know. I would hope so. But
I mean, they've done some contemporary-ish stuff as well. That's cool. They've done they did the Bret the Hitman Hart documentary.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I wonder, because Nirvana, his new film Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, which I haven't seen yet. I want to see that really bad. Oh yeah, it's true. It's a rough movie, but it's so good, funny and dark. But I would love to see it get a U.S. release at least. So 'cause, obviously now he's had several sort of hit movies since then, so people should go back and watch his first film, Matt Johnson. It's like how I really like talking about with this week with The Odyssey. A lot of people keep saying, "Oh, I haven't seen Following. I haven't seen Following. You should go back and watch Following. It's really good. It's one of his best, actually, in my mind. I think it's really good. I like it more than several of his more recent films. I think Following, yes, it's a really low budget first film, but that's exciting. That's fun. I like that. I like rough and tumble first films if you can feel the passion, you can feel the director in it.
Yeah, and I mean, the Dirties, again, like Josh said, it is tough. It is a school shooting movie. It is a lot. I don't know. There was a period of time where there was a glut of them that came out. I mean, sure. Columbine happened, and a lot of that, it took over a generation. I mean, I'll still never forget the day Columbine happened because of how a lot of us were affected back then. That and the Aurora theater shooting was a big part of my childhood. Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever see Dark Knight? No, the movie Dark.
I know. But
I know. But that's a good movie, actually. I liked that one, and that was also kind of inspired by that whole situation. So
yeah.
It's one of those and then of course Elephant's great. So
Elephant's a big one. Yeah, there's a handful that have not gotten a lot.
And that still doesn't have Blu-ray, right?
Not at all. No.
Why isn't that in Criterion Collection? I don't understand. That should be.
I mean, it's a filmmaker they love.
Yeah, I don't know what it's a rights issue or something. That should be obvious in my mind. But you're right. It is this interesting little subgenre of school shooting movies now because it's on our minds because it keeps happening in this country.
Yeah.
Fun.
As a parent who has had his children both come down and talk about lockdown drills, man, does not feel great. That's for sure. Okay, so 3 left. A company that I don't talk about enough, Second Run over in the UK. Love their stuff. Picked out one of their older titles, Luminous Procuress, filmed by Stephen Arnold. This one is from, this one is, if I remember right, it's like 71, I believe. This was the first Blu-ray release of this film. There's a really great short on here, I believe. Interview, maybe not. Either way, there might be. I think that might be on the disc. Either way, this is a film that I've been wanting to own on Blu-ray for a long time. Finally got that. And then the other big thing, I hate to do this because I know that we're cheating because the warehouse is 17 feet that way. The new Deaf Crocodile titles are now shipping. So we've got the Cat City Collection. This is the original film and the sequel. This is in and shipping now. But man, I am possibly feeling like this might be my favorite cover art of the entire year so far. Nice. This is the Czech silent films. We've got The Arrival from the Darkness and St. Wenceslas. And the Dave McKean cover art on this. That's and nice. Then the backside, just crazy great release from Deaf Crocodile. Nice. Anyways, those will be shipping to everybody very, very soon. So keep an eye out on that if you pre-ordered those. What about some recent watches? I hear you might have an epic to talk about. I do. I've seen a man about a horse, as they say. A horse called the Trojan horse. Was there anything surprising?
No, thanks to my good friend Carlos Aguilera. I got to see a sneak preview this week of The Odyssey. That was very exciting because we got to see it on the 70 millimeter IMAX.
It's a big deal.
We got to see the horse out front. So that was very exciting. I really do. I like Chris Nolan. I sometimes I'm a little iffy on some of the more recent stuff. Like I'm not a huge fan of Tenet. But I do think Oppenheimer's really good. And this is really interesting. It's very good. I think it's good. But I have some quibbles with it. Maybe about certain because it's interesting because this is interesting because I'm a big fan of the Odyssey's a story. So I know. So I go into this one knowing I know the story. Oppenheimer. I really didn't know much about Oppenheimer really, but this I know the story of the Odyssey. So this is interesting. It's okay, he does this scene. Oh, he changes that. Oh, he turned things around here. He rewrote this scene. That's interesting. So I was going in with a lot of pre-knowledge. because I'm a big fan of. I don't remember there was a mini series of the Odyssey back in the '90s with Amanda Santi. I'm a big fan of that. I really like that thing. Yeah, it's TV budget, but I like Amanda Santi as Odysseus.
Yeah.
And I really like the humor of it, and like it's how it tells a story. It's a good job for what it is. So this one's very different. It's the most striking thing for me is that it's very Nolan, and watching this really put in perspective how distinct the Nolan style is, how he writes his characters, how he shoots. Like, oh wow, this is the Nolan version.
Yeah.
Like to a certain degree, this Odysseus it's the Bruce Wayne version of Odysseus. It's the Oppenheimer version of Odysseus. These men that he likes to display, these smart, capable men who are racked with guilt. He has a type. He has a very distinct style of how he approaches these characters, how he approaches the storytelling. He loves his time warping narratives. Wow, okay, he has such a distinct look and feel that this is his version unmistakably. So there are some things like he approached this part of the story in his way, and that means he had to change things. So they cut out this line, they cut out this story beat because that doesn't fit with how he approaches the story. Okay, well, so and it's the Odyssey, so it's not. This doesn't have to be the end all be all version of the Odyssey. Someone will make another Odyssey in 10, 20 years. That's fine. So it's interesting to see how he interprets the story. So I had a good time. I think really good cast, well made, and definitely, if you can see it in IMAX is cool. Definitely very cool. But I think just see it in a theater is the main thing. Just it's a big vision, big epic. So see it in a theater.
I'm dying to. Really hope I can get it done. I had a rough couple days this last weekend, and I fell in front of my kids for the first time ever. Really fell and messed up my arm a little bit. So I was I can't do a whole lot. So I went to the theater for the first time in a long time for a double feature. Had a really rough day the day after that, but man, the theater time really helped. I wish I could have seen the Odyssey, but I got to see Evil Dead Burn. Big pick me up movie.
Feel good.
Very, very, very feel good, happy fairy tale fun time. But I don't need to wax poetic about that one very much. The one I really want to talk about is I also saw The Invite. Did you see that one yet?
No, I haven't seen that. Okay, how was it?
The Invite is by far the best film I've seen this year.
Wow.
It is shockingly well directed for a film that is essentially a chamber piece in a fairly small apartment. You basically get the entire film with four people, very much kind of like dancing, the way that they are choreographed around this apartment, around a fairly quaint narrative. The script itself is astonishingly realistic. And I know that that's a common thing that a lot of people are like, ooh, this movie feels like real people talking. Most of the time they don't. This is actually like people talking over each other, but done in a way that is very meticulously planned and properly stated, and something that these people would actually say, and not just something to make a situation feel absurd. Genuinely very funny, genuinely empathetic, genuinely non-judgmental about different kinds of different lifestyles, and it's a sexy cast, really well thought out, the way they're bringing everybody together. Like Edward Norton, great in that movie. Penelope Cruz, freaking incredible. And I mean, Seth Rogen is Seth Rogen, so you get a lot of that laugh a lot, obviously. But my goodness, Olivia Wilde, she is so good in this. Directed the hell out of it. It is well lit. That's something that I complain a lot.
Love that it's shot on film.
Yeah, shot beautifully. A lot of these streaming movies look exactly the same, and they've got that awkward, like, eggshell sheen on everything because it's just this really shitty, terrible lighting. But my God, this movie, if you've not seen it, not given it time, check it out. Names behind the script are great. Rashida Jones is one of the writers.
Okay.
Female directed, and you can kind of feel that. It's very much like tender in a lot of the moments in this film, and not in necessarily a feminine way, just not in a brutish, I'm a guy, I have a penis type of movie. It's so well made. It is something that you can actually feel while watching the movie, that it's just thought out, which fails with a lot of films this year. Speaking of Evil Dead Burn.
Oh yeah, you're right. So this is your number one, the film of the year so far, you'd say?
Yeah, I got to admit, I've only seen like 7 from this year,
Right.
but
No, I don't. Have you heard of a film called Blue Heron?
yeah, I heard that was great.
That's really great. That's really one of my favorites this year. If anyone out there hasn't seen that one, hopefully it'll come to VOD soon. But it's a film about a family in Canada, and it's sort of about it's about the filmmaker. It's kind of loosely based on her own life, but it's basically about like the older brother in the family. He's just kind of troubled, and it's about the family struggling to deal with the fact that he's not well, and how do we deal with this? And it's about kind of regret and family dynamics, and it's just it's hard to describe, but it's really great. So like, I don't know how to say that. Just check it out whenever you get a chance, guys. Blue Heron, really good.
Have only heard good things, and I love when a movie is like that because, man, I don't know if I don't believe I psyched myself up on Evil Dead Burn, because I had heard a handful of months ago that it was not going to be something that I loved. And I went to the theater this week and I'm like, you know what? I think I am going to like this, because the director, he makes like essentially like New French Extremity films. And this movie is basically Evil Dead Burn feels like Evil Dead in the world of New French Extremity. But the hard part is he made that with shitty CGI and then took all of like the substance out of the New French Extremity movement and just like extreme to be extreme. That doesn't feel like Evil Dead or New French Extremity. So it just kind of felt hollow, and I don't know, not what I had hoped for. I was let down.
No, that's too bad. Yeah, well, it's been I don't know how it's doing the box office, but obviously Obsession and Backroom has been a big year for horror films. So
big year for horror. I mean, even starting earlier than that, I know that we keep bringing those up because Curry Barker's the YouTuber right now that's hot, and Kane Parsons got started there. But I mean, I still want to go all the way back and talk about the fact that Markiplier released a film himself this year.
I haven't seen it, but you're right. That's crazy. I'll do it myself. Way to go.
It is absolutely wild that we are finally seeing some people take some chances. That being said, I don't love that now the studios are like, oh, it's time to take some chances on independent YouTubers. Let's start doing that. They start greenlighting everything, and it just, come on, at least make wise choices.
Be careful there, guys.
Ease off a little bit. All right, that is all we've got for the usual segment. You ready to talk about some announcements?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Last week, we talked about Warner Archive for like an hour of our entire show because they announced so many things. Turns out they weren't even done yet. We got our first announcement coming up is August 25th. A Blu-ray coming is a wonderful title for us to start on. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, the complete series. This is the 2010 to 2012 series. Have you watched any of this series, Connor?
I don't know if I've seen this. So this is more the recent stuff. You're right. I don't think I've seen any of this more recent stuff. I feel like I go back to like the classics. I don't know, like the 70s, 80s kind of stuff. But I'm just, I love that they're still making Scooby-Doo. Like, it's just one of those, like, it's a perennial cast of characters that people love.
Not only that, this is maybe a hot take. I think this is contender for like best Scooby-Doo project ever.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is up there for me as top 3, and I've loved Scooby-Doo for a long time, so this was a big deal for me. I love that they're putting this out on Blu-ray. Did not expect this. I thought that they would do some of the more classic stuff, but long before this. But I have a feeling a lot of this that's happening is, oh my God, Warner's about to be in trouble. Let's just release as much as we can. And this is ready. It's a newer film. They don't have to restore anything.
Right. Good point.
So let's get it out there. This has an audio commentary and select episodes by Matt Hargreaves and Andy Clift. They are the producers of Eddsworld. And then we got some promo spots for seasons 1 and 2. 6 disc set. I love that Warner Archive is doing this. Not many other studios are putting money into stuff like this. That being said, we get to talk about a lot of random stuff that studios are putting money into tonight because, man, there was a lot of random ass drops this week from Universal, from Warner Brothers, even some from Sony. So this is exciting. Love that this is happening. Give us more.
I was at Universal Fan Nights this last months ago, and they had Scooby-Doo Gang was there. That was fun. Got a photo with Scooby-Doo. Good night.
Nice. Was the mystery machine there?
It was, yeah.
That's what I thought.
They had a little guess the little walkthrough, guess the ghost who's the culprit. I guessed correctly. I was like,
ooh.
Here's the hint, guys. It's the person who's wealthy, because Scooby-Doo's all about taking down capitalism. They've always have been.
On the right side of history.
Right.
Good job.
Scooby-Doo Gang.
Adam, I said it's in contention for the
Dangerous
best Scooby.
Oh.
In top 3 at the very least. And if you haven't seen it, give it a chance before you start thinking it's dangerous. It is truly really good.
Now, where do you stand on the the live action films from the two 90s ones or 2000s?
It's tough. I love Lillard, but there's something like the second one falls flat.
I haven't seen the second one, actually. The first ones, I like the first one a lot. But
they rushed it out. The first one, I think it is very fun. I just wish they let them have some of those actual adult jokes in it, and not like in a selfish way, but like it would
version, yeah.
It would feel a bit more like authentic. I think it would have come across that way.
That's fair. Good cast.
All right. It is a good cast. Very good cast. We talked about this one earlier this year, but we got some details on Cult Epic's release of Criminal from 1966. So September 22nd, we're getting a 4K and Blu-ray set of Umberto Lenzi's Criminal. This is a really fun release. Love that they are doing this. They are putting this out for the first time in 4K, one of the absolute classics of pulp comic adaptations. The crown jewel of Fumetti Neri, directed by cult maestro Umberto Lenzi, starring Glenn Saxon and Helga Linné. We've got on here a new audio commentary by Eugenio Ercolani and Troy Howarth. On the second disc, there are some archival extras on here, feature-length documentary on the films of Umberto Lenzi, interview with Glenn Saxon, interview with Pier Paolo De Sanctis, the isolated score, stuff like that, and then, of course, a slipcover and a reversible sleeve. But if you go to the Cult Epics website, you can also get one that has 4 lobby card postcards and a poster that's folded. It's limited to the first 500 orders. Great movie. I love this art. I love that this very
great poster, yeah.
pulpy poster art is being used on this. Have you seen this film ever?
I have never heard of these people at all. I don't know any of these people, but hey, that's cool.
Yeah, this is a great one. I will say, if you're going to put some time into this, there are a lot of films to discover that are from this era. TerraVision put one out that we worked on a couple of years ago, and I think that's kind of it, other than like Danger Diabolic that was from that era that's gotten, 842 boutique releases just in the last 3 years. But there are lots of other films out there, and I hope that we get some more of those coming. So, yeah, check it out.
Very cool.
I've not been able to see this, but man, I've heard this is a blast. September 15th, we're getting a Blu-ray and DVD release from Bleecker Street of Stop That Train from this year. Did you get to see this one?
I haven't. I really should, because I used to work for this company. This is a World of Wonder. I didn't work on Drag Race, but I worked at the company that makes Drag Race, so I didn't get to meet RuPaul. But I used to work at this company, so I should see this. I just haven't seen it yet.
There is a commentary on here with the director and a trailer and like a production design featurette and a director's vision featurette. But I gotta if you've got this cast, how do you not have anything with any of the queens on here? Like,
where's the RuPaul commentary? I don't understand.
You didn't. I have to imagine they would have asked anybody.
Yeah, that even if it's just like, get them all in a room with drinks, and they're not even they're just talking over the film. They don't even talk about the film. That just feels like an obvious thing to get for this movie. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad it's getting a release. This cover art is an abomination, but that's okay. I can't imagine how bad this looks in person. From afar, this looks CGI'd beyond belief. But yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one then. Next up, a film that I've heard, again, only great things about. August 25th, Blu-ray and DVD of The Sheep Detectives from this year with Hugh Jackman. Have you seen this one?
No, I've heard great things though. Yeah, it's on Prime now, so I should just watch it. But heard it's so much fun. Just a good time. So you're right. I need to pick me up. I'll come to this.
Yeah. Coming home from Alliance Home Entertainment, they are working on most of the Amazon titles. Yeah, again, heard this was great. Heard Hugh Jackman is great in this. Again, though, really rough, like terribly photoshopped.
Oh no, that's definitely they were all on set that day. What are you talking about? That's you're crazy. It's clearly a group photo.
I mean, Emma Thompson's head. Like, come on. This is crazy. Her head is not shaped like that. Anyways, next up. September 22nd, 4K Blu-ray DVD release of the mega smash hit from this year, Scary Movie. And the crowd goes mild. No special features on this release. Really? This is not my bag. I've never liked any of these movies. I gotta be honest.
I'd seen the first three, so I enjoyed those. I haven't rewatched them in a long time, so I didn't watch this one. But yeah, I think they're funny in the moment. I don't know. There's some good stuff in them. They're funny. They're obviously they hit. Some audience really enjoys them. They're a bit crass, a bit crude. Yeah, sure, but you know, some people really like them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they got to make another one. You know, good for them.
I would say a couple of the clips from this made me chuckle, but I've never liked a whole film from this. My wife loved these and got me to watch them later, and I felt bad just sitting there stone-faced through much of it.
They definitely appeal to a certain, they're best watched when you're like a teenager. You know, that's definitely what their target audience with the humor is. So I'm curious. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I wonder how this one plays. Like, it's a legacy film, but like, it's best watched when you're a teenager. So if you're a teenager now, you weren't alive for the first few. So like, that's an interesting. I wonder how that played. I don't know.
It's a legacy sequel for those people. Absolutely. All right. Next up, one that excited me. August 11th, we are getting a 4K Blu-ray dual format release from Lionsgate as a Lionsgate website exclusive through Lionsgate Limited of The Furious from this year. This is the martial arts film that came out and kind of took the world by storm for a couple of weeks. Seemed like everybody was talking about this, which kind of surprised me. We don't get a lot of breakout martial arts titles like this other than The Raid over the last however many years. So that was great to see. I got to see this early at a festival a handful of months ago, and yeah, this movie rules. I'm so glad that this is getting a solid release. We've got a 4K with Dolby Vision in this, a booklet with an original essay, artwork by King Gat and Vincent Aseo, Storm of Carnage creating the Furious special feature, 5-man brawl, deleted scenes, and a trailer. I am kind of surprised that so far there's been no wide release of this announced yet. It did so well, even like an Amazon available Blu-ray would make sense here, I would imagine. And if they need to, sure, keep some of these special features limited to get people to buy it from your site. Who cares? But this movie rules. Like, more people should get a chance to see this. The fact that it's website exclusive is never great.
No, I've heard great things. I want to see this.
It is fun. And I will say the I don't want to spoil too much, but the fight scene in the police station that's semi near the end of the movie, genuinely breathtaking cinema. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a martial arts film, and it is incredible.
Very cool.
They also announced on the same day a film that I have been dying to see since this came out, and I've still not been able to, so this will be my first time. Sing Street, coming out in a Lionsgate Limited site exclusive 4K Blu-ray release, first time on 4K yet for this film, and it's a 10-year anniversary release. This is going to be a collector set with artwork by Courtney Autumn Martin, reproduction of Connor's school notebook of sketches and lyrics. Good job, Connor. Legacy special features that are all on the disc, and then a new special feature here. We got The Risk of Rock and Roll going back to Sing Street. So tell us about it. I've never seen this.
Oh yeah, I obviously love it because there's a guy named Connor in the movie. That's why I love it. But no, this is from the director of Once. So it's a very charming Irish musical comedy. He's another guy. It's fascinating. Like, he's a filmmaker, John Carney, who's like, he's found his niche, films about music.
Yep.
In 100 different varieties. Like, wow, they're all different movies, but they're all about music somehow. It's very fascinating. That's his niche. But this one's really great because it's a kind of a nostalgic kind of period film about growing up in the 80s in Ireland and trying to like your access to music kind of hard to get because it's a kind of a repressed society. So you want to break out, you want to be your own person, but there's like he goes to a Catholic boys' school, and they don't like that. But the songs are really fun, really great. That's very nice to hear. Like, no, it's such a charming, fun movie. What's his name? The cast is really good. Some great Irish actors in it. But man, the songs are so good. There's a song here called "Drive It Like You Stole It," which is just a phenomenal song. I don't know how it wasn't nominated for an Oscar. That's ridiculous. Should have been nominated for an Oscar. But yeah, super happy this is getting a great looks like a beautiful release because it's such a fun movie. I was at a Q&A one time where I went to a screening of it in LA where Leonard Maltin hosted it because like I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, guys. And they were just like, it was just him. It was like, yeah, I just really love this movie, guys. Thank you for coming out to this movie. It's like, yeah,
I love Leonard Maltin.
Leonard Maltin approved.
Amazing. Well, to make it even more Connor approved, they said, you know what? What else can we do to make Connor happy? Let's put it on VHS. How are you feeling about films from 2016 getting a modern VHS release?
To be fair, this is a period film. It's like, all right, like this kind of fits in some ways. It's a film set in the 80s. So it kind of makes sense, actually. It's like, like this, or you've got, I saw the TV Glow, which is a film about the late 90s. All right, okay. In those situations where the film itself is a period film, kind of feels appropriate. But yeah, it is funny to see now this is really taking off now. This whole idea of the limited edition. We had a Kill Bill VHS release.
Scream 4, and that sold out freaking immediately.
So that's really interesting to see. They're really starting to embrace this idea. Like they only make like I don't know how many copies, and they sell out pretty quickly it seems. But
yeah,
still funny to see like an official release from the label itself.
Well, I will state I'm a big fan of VHS releases, and we may at Antenna have been talked into releasing some stuff on VHS. Ooh. So just dropping a little nugget in the middle of this one. Keep an eye out on the site.
I ordered the Video Heaven VHS release from Lunch Meat, so I'm still waiting for my copy to get here. I'm very excited. I know they had it at VHS Fest this past weekend, but I've ordered mine, so very excited to get that.
Very nice, very nice. Next up, they also released the I don't know, one of the most hated sequels in quite some time. 2009's The Descent Part 2 coming out on 4K Steelbook to match the first Descent 4K Steelbook. Have you seen this one before?
I've never seen either one, actually. I really should. I know that it's considered great, but all right. I honestly did not know there was a sequel, so learned something new today.
So this is where it gets weird, because technically at the end of the first film, there's no one to make a sequel with. They're all dead in the cave, but they made a sequel because they used the recut American ending of the film, which makes people be alive at the end of the movie. And so it kind of ruins everything. That being said, I don't hate this movie. It's a fun watch if you detach it from the first film and don't watch it as a sequel, but there's some problems still. It's not perfect. That being said, it is well done in a few different ways, and I like the story beats, and they do nail a lot of the tone again, and at least a few scenes. It's good. I love The Descent. The first movie is just classic. You got to see that one.
I really should. It's definitely one of those, like, every Halloween I was trying to watch a bunch of new horror films, so and maybe this Halloween will be the time.
What were some of the big ones from last year?
Oh God! All right, I'm gonna check my letterbox. You called me out.
Put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot. Right to my face. I'm gonna have to look now. What did I
had to do it?
So letterbox to me is just it's a diary. It's all I use it for. I barely write reviews. I just like to have a nice little like library of what I watched. I finally watched Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein because I'd never seen that before, so I just watched that. Nice. What was it? Oh, I watched Freddy vs. Jason with some friends. That was funny.
Nice.
I enjoyed that. What else did I watch? I rewatched Paranorman. That was great. I rewatched American Werewolf in London. No, that's just good.
Paranorman's a classic.
Paranorman's great. And I watched Kenny and Company the first time.
Good movie.
So you're right. I definitely need to catch up. There's definitely some big horror films that are like that. This one and the Babadook, Descent and the Babadook, are two big holes in my. I don't know why I didn't see them, but gotta get around.
I adore the Babadook, but I also understand why so many people hate it because I don't know, 61% of that movie is just a child yelling, and for me, that's just like a Tuesday, so it didn't bother me. But I totally get if you get to live a wonderful, wholesome, not child-fueled rage life. You first of all, congratulations, hold on to that. But also, it is horror.
Sure. But no, I know a friend who's like, I don't like My Neighbor Totoro because there's too much child screaming in that movie. It's like, it's My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah, too many the kids are too loud. I don't like it.
Yep. All right, so that is Lionsgate Limited for what is coming out on August 11th. Love that. Let's move into some imprint. So August 16th, we're getting a Blu-ray box set as part of their Imprint Asia line. Actually, we're getting two we're going to talk about. The first one here is the Erotic Films of Li Han Shang, Volume 1. This covers 1973 to 76. And we've got three films here, two of them on Blu-ray for the first time anywhere in the world. We've got Illicit Desire from 73, The Golden Lotus from 74, and then the other first time on Blu, Moods of Love from 77. This is going to have a new interview with Edwin W. Chen on the first film. The second film is going to have a trailer, and that is it. And then the third film is going to have the Beauties of the Shaw Studios featurette and a trailer. Not much else on here, but I do love these releases. I also love the fact that Imprint pretty much every month can have at least a handful of films that they say is worldwide first on Blu-ray. That's a big deal. Yeah. And I really hope that people continue to champion that and support that. Sure, at some point, I'm willing to bet that Vinegar Syndrome Radiate Films or Eureka or somebody else will probably release these. But kudos to Imprint for being the first one to get them out there on HD. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. No, very cool.
The other companion piece for this is Nikatsu Erotica Volume 1 with Wet Desire from 1972 and Lovers Are Wet from 1973 and My Grandma's... Never mind, that's not on this one. Nikatsu is recognized as Japan's oldest film studio, founded in 1912 when four smaller production companies merged and still active today. This first volume features two of their erotic fascinations directed by Tatsumi Kumashiro, and it is going to be a 1,500 copy limited edition 2 Blu-ray hardbox release. And on our first film, we got a new commentary by Japanese film specialist Jasper Sharp, and then film critic and author Midori Suirin on Wet Desire does a featurette. On the second film, we got a new commentary by Jasper Sharp as well, and then Mio Hatokai speaks on Lovers Are Wet. I need this. I absolutely want this release. Are you into these Asian erotic films at all?
Not officially, no. Not that I'm aware of. No, I'm more just fascinated the whole the 1912. That's crazy. That's so
Nikatsu's been around a long time.
That's wild. Because I went to a screening here in LA of Japanese silent films where they do this whole thing. I forgot the word term for it, but in Japan, it was traditional that instead of subtitles and intertitles, they'd have a narrator standing next to the screen who would narrate what's reading the script. And they were like, as so-and-so walks away and she's thinking about her father, it's like it's a live narration. So I got to experience that. It was a touring company where they did. So they had to have English subtitles for the audience. But it was fascinating just to watch a silent film where someone's narrating it off to the side. Really interesting experience. So
that's incredible.
We watched some short films and a feature film, but it's one of those things where I feel like not only it's hard enough to get your research of get exposure to American silent films, but to remember, there's a whole world of silent films made all over the globe, and how difficult those films are to see now. Yeah. So I know these aren't those films, but I hope this company has released some of their older films as well on Blu-ray. That'd be very cool.
Well, and these are tied to that history. I mean, some of those first ones, they were used to get the ongoing script to the narrator because they couldn't memorize it fast enough to going. They used to use a chicken that they would literally knot a script to its neck, and it would walk to the front and give it to the narrator at the stage. And that's where we got the term hentai. I just made that up. I'm kidding.
I am a very gullible person. My friend Joey is just like you. He will tell me things like, "Wow, that's incredible, Joey." Like, Connor made that up. Like, Joey, I'm gonna assume you're telling me the truth, especially over text. Man, I cannot read your tone over text. You text me something, I'm gonna believe it. So well done, you got me.
Wow.
I'm a trusting person, okay? I'm Minnesotan. I'm a very trusting. I take people at their word.
Oh God. Oh, that was fun. Oh wow. That was good. Yes, I do need this set. All right. Next from Imprint, August 16th, we're getting a Blu-ray box set of their Essential Film Noir Collection, Volume 7. This covers 1942 to 1947 with Lucky Jordan, China, Tangler, that's Tangier. I still have tears in my eyes from laughing. Tangier and Singapore from 1947. This is going to have no new features, as far as I can tell. Nothing much coming on this box set, but I know a lot of people that love these, and I know you tend to love some noir, from what I remember.
I love noir, but I don't know any of these ones. So like, I always think I'm doing pretty good. I know I see all the big ones, big noirs, and then I look at this like, oh man, I don't know these ones. So there's always more noir to see. But yeah, big fan of noir. And noir is definitely like, it's one of those things where if I had to take a chance with any kind of, I know the genre parameters are kind of vague, but film noir, if it's a film noir, you're probably gonna have a good time. It's got certain things you're gonna like. It's got the cool lighting. It's got the sort of morally gray characters. Maybe some murder involved. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
So if you're taking a chance, just a film noir is always good.
And then another one of their long-running series now. Same day, they're putting out Tales of Adventure Collection number 12. Jesus, if you're collecting these box sets, wow. My gosh, that is like a shelf and a half. That is wild. So we've got in this box set Escape from Zahrain, which I believe either just got a Kino release or is about to get a Kino release. Then we've got The Devil at 4 O'Clock, again, first time on Blu-ray anywhere in the world. Assault on a Queen from 1966, and then In Enemy Country from 1968, again, first time on Blu-ray anywhere. And we've got a interview with Ronald Name on the first film. On The Devil at 4 O'Clock, we got a trailer on that one. New commentary on Assault on a Queen by Tony Latino and Paul Scrabo. Stills galleries added there. And then In Enemy Country, we've got nothing coming on that disc. But I know that they tend to go fairly all in on these box sets. So it's really cool that they're doing this. And 12 deep now. And I believe all of them have at least 3 films. That's kind of insane for what they're doing, and that's amazing. I love that they're doing this.
That's great. But yeah, please, if someone has all 12 or 11 of these right now, please message us or post a picture. I want to see a shelf of just this series.
Yeah. I think one of them had like 5 films, so it's got to be frustrating if they're all the same width and then one of them's just a little bit bigger. All right, moving right along to some Criterion announcements. October is here, and usually that means heavy on the horror, and it doesn't feel like it that much this month. I guess we got The Shining in that box set, so we're not talking about Stanley Kubrick much, but that is happening in October. October 6th, we're also getting a Blu-ray of Welcome to the Terror Dome from 1995. This has been on the channel for a little bit, so it shouldn't be too surprising that it's here. I've heard this is great. Have not had a chance to see this yet.
I never heard of it. It's terrific because I love a good dystopian future movie. So
yeah. And from the mid-90s. I love that era, too. New 2K digital restoration on this one. We got a new commentary with Kukler, the director, Ngozi Onwaru. We got a Criterion curatorial director, Ashley Clark, on there as well. There's a Criterion Channel original interview, 3 short films by the director from 88, 93, and 2001 with the new intro by the director. And then an essay by poet and critic Kadish Morris. Love the cover art on this, too, by the way. The colors are great. Yeah, dying to see this. This sounds fantastic.
Let's go.
Same month, next week, we are getting Jerzy Skolimowski's The Shout. This is coming on Blu-ray from Criterion. It's from 1978. I've not seen any of Jerzy's films, even EO, which is supposed to be great.
I've seen EO. That's the one I've seen. So I liked EO, but I when I saw that, I was like, oh, he has a long back catalog of films. So I guess I should check this one out. This is the one I should see.
Well, and this sounds great. It says a tour de force of psychic dread that begins as an ambient murmur and builds to an existential shriek. Legendary Polish director Jerzy Skolimowski's provocative adaptation of a short story by Robert Graves is a hallucinatory confrontation with the unknown. In a small English village, an experimental composer and his wife see their routine existence upended by the arrival of an enigmatic stranger, a seductively sinister Alan Bates, who claims to possess knowledge of aboriginal magic and the ability to kill using a deadly scream, a power that makes him an object of both terror and desire. So maybe this is where that movie The Whistle came from this year. I'm just kidding. This one, 2K digital restoration approved by the director. We've got a new interview with Skolimowski and the producer, Jeremy Thomas, excerpts from Skolimowski's appearances at the 1997 Midnight Sun Festival. We've got On the Set of The Shout, a short UK television program from 1977, and an essay by Leo Goldsmith. I mean, this, again, sounds great. Very curious to check this one out.
No, definitely. Yeah. No. It's one of those things that on the one hand, I always want like the films I've heard of, like, oh, I've been waiting for it to get Criterion. But on the other hand, it's like, hey, this is a film I wasn't really familiar with, so now I'm compelled to check it out. So that's also good too.
Everybody's saying Deep End. No, I've not seen Deep End. Have you seen Deep End?
Oh, no.
There we are. We're both letting people down. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess I got to see Deep End. One that I heard about 5 or 6 close friends shriek with joy across the internet at this announcement. October 13th, the next Eclipse upgrade is a Blu-ray box set of the first films of Samuel Fuller. We got I Shot Jesse James, The Baron of Arizona, and The Steel Helmet. A lot of people excited about The Steel Helmet. This has an essay by Nick Pinkerton in here as well. But other than that, it should be fairly inexpensive, especially if you get it during a sale. 3 Blu-rays of Sam Fuller films. It's going to be a big one.
Very cool. I haven't seen these ones. I've seen his later films, but I haven't seen these ones. So very cool.
Yeah. And then maybe the biggest title announcement of the month for them is Christian F. from 1981. This is coming on October 20th on 4K and Blu-ray to the Criterion Collection. This is the Berlin underground drug movie that is depressing and sad and well done and shot beautifully. This is a director-approved 4K UHD and Blu-ray special edition. We got a new interview with Adele, new appreciation by Sean Baker on this one. Interview from 2022 with the actor Natya Brunkhorst, and then an essay by Hester Bayer. Have you seen Christian F?
I have not, but yeah, it's very cool that Sean Baker's on here, doing special features. That's nice to see. So yeah, if Sean's a fan, that's a good recommendation. I definitely will be getting this one in the first sale that pops up after this. And the indication of the October flash sale would probably make me assume that we are likely going to have that flash sale on the day this comes out, October 20th. So if you're waiting for this one, you should be able to get this one direct from their site if you want it half off. Nice.
Next, on that same day, a 4K of The Silence of the Lambs from 91. Yes, Kino Lorber did release this one previously. Yes, they did bungle the colors because it's Kino Lorber and they normally bungle something. Arrow did release this after them and fixed everything, and it will likely still be better than this Criterion release. That being said, if you love this movie, this one has the incredible commentary, and the Arrow release does not have that commentary. And the commentary on here is from 1994 with Jonathan Demme, Jodie Foster, and Anthony Hopkins. That's a pretty big deal. And so if you really love this movie, you probably want both.
Yeah, I have the old DVD, so I think that DVD has that commentary. So that's cool. I'm glad. That's always a nice thing when, where the old special features get carried over, because that's a lot of time. That's what I really am buying when when I get something like I was so thrilled with The Dead when they released The Dead and they included the making of documentary that had never been on DVDs. Like, oh, great! I got. Sometimes the special features are kind of what I really want, but yeah, but you're right. Then you have the problem though. Do I need to buy both? Well, sometimes I guess you do if you really love the movie.
Well, and if it's a seminal film, that can be much more difficult, and it doesn't get much more seminal than The Silence of the Lambs. I mean, this is a
great movie.
This is one of the biggest ones. So, you might want both. And then maybe the cover art of the year, other than that Deaf Crocodile title I showed, October 27th, 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein from 2025. Beautiful painted color cover on this one.
No, it feels so right for the movie. It feels so in the right tone, captures the spirit of it. Love it. Love this. I'm a big fan of this movie. I'm a big fan of Del Toro in general, but I think this was a terrific. Once again, sort of like with the Odyssey, how the Odyssey is it's a super Chris Nolan version of the Odyssey. This is a Del Toro version of Frankenstein. Is it different than the book in a lot of ways? Yeah, it is, but it is so wonderful to see his interpretation of this seminal story. And I think it's a beautiful looking movie, great cast. So happy, Elordi was nominated for an Oscar. He's terrific. So I'm thrilled. It makes sense that they like Del Toro, but still very exciting to see.
On this, we've got a 4K digital master of the theatrical version of the film with Dolby Atmos. We've got a 4K digital master of Frankenstein, the Reborn cut, a new 158-minute extended director's cut of the film, which also has Dolby Atmos. So we've got 2 4K discs of the films presented with Dolby Vision and 2 Blu-rays with the films and special features. New commentary on the Reborn cut with Guillermo del Toro. We got a new documentary on the making of the film. We got a collection of conversations on craft featuring Guillermo del Toro, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Oscar Isaac, the cinematographer Dan Louston, production designer Tamara Deverell, costume designer Kate Hawley, and the creature designer Mike Hill. Martin Scorsese and Patti Smith have a Q&A that is here. We've got interview with the composer Alexander Desplat, conducted by film music scholar John Burlingame, and then an essay by Christopher Frayling, who does a lot of the music-related releases, especially from the UK. So this is a big deal. This is a lot into this film. It's Del Toro. Shouldn't be surprising. I got to admit, I was not able to see this one in the theaters, and in a mini sort of, I don't want to call it rebellion, but maybe slight protest, at least at first. I still have yet to see this because I did not really want to stream it. And then they announced that it was coming to Criterion. I said, well, I'll just wait and watch it on disc. And so I still haven't seen it. I'll watch the 4K. I probably won't love it. I'm a little soft on Del Toro nowadays. I love his older stuff, but I'm curious about this one for sure.
Okay. You weren't a fan of Nightmare Alley? No,
it's not my thing. Okay. I'm not a noir guy. That being said, Pan's Labyrinth is a goddamn masterpiece. So
yes, all right, and that's come back to theaters the 20th anniversary, so that's awesome.
Heard that. I did not get to see that in theaters, so I am considering that one.
Good idea.
I need to look up. I kind of want to see if there's. I don't remember there being anything super objectionable. I kind of want to take at least my oldest to go see that one.
You're right. There's violence, but you're right.
We live in Missouri. He sees stuff at school, so.
No, you're right. It's a good point, but no, it's violent. That's the main thing is violence. But you're right. I don't make anything like really sexually or provocative. It's mostly just violence. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that is it for Criterion this month. How do you feel about their month overall?
Oh, these 4, yeah. No, I once again, like I'm happy. It's always nice to see a mixture of things, of obscure stuff, classic stuff, new stuff. It's always nice to see. Because it's on the one hand, they do it's like 4 to 6 a month, but like that seems like a lot. Then you realize like, wow, that's only. What is that per year? That's only like what
70, 75, something like that.
80. Like, that's very like you have to really choose. Or what are we putting in the collection? That's a big task to try to encapsulate all of the world's cinema in just 70 to 80 films a year. So it's a tough balancing act.
The big thing though is October's also got the Kubrick box set. Is that something that you feel like you're going to shell out for?
I don't know. That's it's definitely a nice idea. Just like there, I've got the box set of all of them, but I don't know if I want to shell out that much money. But it's one of those things like, hey, it's Kubrick. Who doesn't want all of Kubrick? But we'll see.
That is true. All right, let's move to our next one, which is another big swing in horror from this year. Late August, we are getting a 4K and Blu-ray separate releases, single disc releases, not in the same package, of Backrooms from this year from A24. Now, this is currently listed as a website exclusive, which I am never a fan of, especially for something like this. I mean, this thing, like, this broke records. People were stoked by this. How are we not releasing this widely everywhere? This is a big deal. I imagine this would sell like gangbusters if you put this on Amazon and in Diabolic DVD and Walmart. People would buy the shit out of this.
Yeah. I still haven't seen it, so I really need to see this. So definitely on my watch list. But I've heard great things.
I, full disclosure, have still not seen it myself. I need to see it. I think I've seen most of the other big horror movies from this year, but it's not this one. Did you see Leviticus? I almost feel like that's a Conor movie.
I haven't seen. I need to see that too.
Okay, so the big thing here, bonus feature-wise, they've got the Everything Must Go bonus footage, which that's not like I had a couple people complaining that this doesn't have the extended cut. It wasn't an extended cut. It was just film credits and 16 more minutes of footage. It's the exact same thing. It's just you have to go through the menu. It just doesn't play as a file. We had a commentary with Kane Parsons, the visual effects supervisor and the sound designer, plus the composer. We get a building backrooms featurette. We've got a visual effects and scene breakdown with Kane Parsons, prop walkthrough with Kane Parsons, 2 visual effects breakdowns with commentary, and then 6 collectible postcards. That being said, website exclusive and a little pricey. This, coming with only 1 disc. I don't know. I see this being kind of maybe a little iffy. It's not like they're paying for licensing. They own the film. I don't know.
That's fair. You're right. I wonder if they'll do one of their special edition box sets for this. Like I have the Green Knight box set kind of thing.
Love that one. Well, it seems like they only do that for films that got the old Lionsgate style release, just in a regular Amaray case, and then those are upgrades. Since this one is starting there, I don't think it would.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And there you go. Gary says the extra 16 minutes is a new episode of the web series, plays after the end credits in the theatrical.
No.
Exactly. So. Okay. The only other thing, no, it doesn't cost more than the other 4Ks from them, Sib. It's just there's just not a ton on the disc, and that's what I was about to say. Is you're putting out a film by a filmmaker that made all kinds of YouTube content. How do we not have the YouTube videos on the disc here that inspired the entire film? Like, I would love to be able to have it all on disc and be able to put that out there.
Yeah,
I like that. Sounds great. That sounds amazing. Oh. RFV says A24 is pushing the PVOD release of Backrooms instead of the disc. And honestly, for that audience, that does sort of make sense. They are that age, and obviously if they grew up watching on YouTube, they're not going to be adverse to watching it streaming on their TV or on their browser.
Yeah. Interesting.
Huh. Very, very interesting. All right, going on to our next one. Hey, we did a live stream last night talking about Antenna and our new film Dead Media, which premieres in LA this weekend at Braindead Studios. If you are there, go check it out. We got a Q&A moderated by Joe Lynch this weekend.
Very cool.
This is a damn good film, really highlighting physical media. If you're watching the show, I think you're going to love this film. It is very nostalgia, very 1990s, very fun. It is definitely horror, but it's not like super gory. It's not super abrasive. There is really a lot of like it's mostly just bad words that make this feel like something that would put people off. There's no nudity or anything like that. It's a damn fun movie, and check it out. We watched this. I'll give another like sort of hint here. Subscribe to the Patreon. Come and hang out and do our watch longs. We watched this in the Discord together this last weekend. This and another Antenna film that hasn't been announced yet, actually. So if you come and subscribe, you might get a chance to see more special bonus previews there as well.
Very cool. Now, I don't want to say it because it's made in Minnesota, so go Minnesota.
This is such a Minnesota movie. It is. Filmed in Minneapolis with a Minneapolis crew with a mostly Minneapolis cast, and the filmmaker. This was shot in his childhood home in Minneapolis. It's such a big deal.
Very cool.
Mozart says Antenna has a good logo. Thank you. I toiled on our logo for so long to get this perfect. All right. Yeah. Any other questions about Dead Media? Let me know. Happy to talk about it. Next up, Creator VC, the same people that did the is it Searching for Darkness or Behind the Darkness, whatever it's called.
Search of Darkness?
In Search of Darkness, that's what it's called. Thanks for the memory vault there. They are putting out their next documentary, which they did The Thing Expanded last year and got rave reviews. Their next one is Jaws Explored, and this is coming out in August next year, not this year, August of next year. So they are fundraising to be able to make it right now. You can pre-order it, and if you pre-order it, you are going to be able to get a Blu-ray copy of this in your mailbox, hopefully next August. They are able to be putting out a booklet with it, a companion book, a slipcase. You can get your name in the credits. There's all kinds of stuff. Plus, the only way that you can add their older releases is when you donate to one of their campaigns like this. So if you want The Thing Expanded or In Search of Darkness, any of those, it's not open all year round. You got to go during one of these times, and it's open right now. So if you are into it, check out this one. And I believe friend of the channel, Rich Johnson over in the UK, who works on a bunch of other releases, is on it. If you're into it, check out the link that's in the chat. Some of the documentaries on this are great. Have you seen any of the In Search of Darkness ones?
Yeah, I've seen the first two, and also I've seen In Search of Tomorrow as well, I think. So yeah, no, they're cool works, and yeah, but this is fascinating. That's a wide spectrum. Then picking one film. So so The Thing and now Jaws. These are These are kind of seminal classics that have fascinating behind the scenes stories.
Yeah.
So interesting cast and crew who worked on them. But it's one of those things like which films fit this kind of criteria of classics that you could spend all day talking about. I would love to see Roger Rabbit, get this treatment. I'm curious. I wonder what's next.
The other thing, and I know that they've done The Thing. I believe they also did Aliens, if I remember right. Not Alien, Aliens specifically, the sequel, which Alien is technically the whole franchise has been talked about a lot, but Aliens got like a really, really deep dive on that one. So yeah.
I think Blade Runner is probably on their list. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. But then again, Blade Runner has a really great 3-hour documentary.
Yeah.
So
7-disc Blade Runner releases. Yeah, they've got a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to our next one, which is Indicator. These just happened this morning. Everything else, we still have like 40 things to cover, and everything was from today. Jesus. All right. October 19th in the UK, October 20th in North America. We got a 4K and Blu-ray release coming of Lucky Luciano from 1973. This is with Jean Maria Volante and Edmund O'Brien leading the cast of this film, a masterful blend of mob biopic and political thriller from acclaimed Italian director Francesco Rossi. This is going to have on here a piece with Francesco Rossi on Lucky Luciano from 1973. We've got an appreciation by Gaetano Morane Puglia, author of The Cinema of Francesco Rossi. The original trailer, we got new subtitle translations. We've got a booklet with a new essay by Pasquale Ioni. We've got an archival news report and some other stuff in that booklet. Have you seen this one? I have not. I've heard about this one.
No. Very cool, though.
Indeed. This one I've been wanting to see for quite some time. On that same day, in both the UK and the US, we are getting The Sinful Nuns of St. Valentine from 1974, a classic nunsploitation film with Francois Prevost and Jenny Tamburi. This one will have on here a commentary with Rod Barnett and Adrian Smith. There is going to be David Greco, the son of the Sinful Nuns of St. Valentine director Sergio Greco, speaks about his father's time in the Italian film industry, as well as his own work as a director. We've got, I love this title, Nuns Upon a Time in Italy from 2026. This is a far-reaching documentary exploring the nunsploitation subgenre with contributions from Killer Nun director Giulio Berruti, the Other Hell director Claudio Fragasso, Renato Rossini, Martine Burchard, Eleonora Giorgi, and Zora Caroa, and the film historian Corrado Columba and Eugenio Ercolani. There's also going to be a booklet with a new essay by Miranda Corcoran and some archival extras on here. This is a really fun release, and Nuns Upon a Time in Italy.
That should be a box set. It should have a box set with 5 of these films called Nuns Upon a Time in Italy. I don't know Come on, guys.
Absolutely. And also, like, there should be a film by the Asylum with that title coming out in like 3 months. 3 months. I shouldn't say that. In like 20 days.
20 days.
Well,
yeah. Come on.
All right. Next, October 13th, Troma is releasing Surf Nazis Must Die on 4K for the first time ever. This one has no new extras, but we've got a supposedly new 4K restoration of this film, not done by Vinegar Syndrome, which a lot of the other Troma titles have been getting. And Troma doing it themselves is quite terrifying because they do. All right, let's be honest, they do shit work internally. How do you feel about Troma? Are you into any of their big films?
I've seen The Toxic Avenger, I've seen Nuke 'Em High, but you're right. There's so many films that I'm and also I haven't seen the remake of Toxic Avenger. I mean, check that out. But yeah, they're this fascinating kind of, Actually, no, the funniest thing I've seen by them, they had a documentary about when they went to the Cannes film market, and like it shows them like trying like on the street, like go see Troma movies. Don't watch that art house crap. Watch our movies. Like that's pretty funny documentary actually. Yeah, that is fascinating. Kind of outsider group in the American cinema, and like this, what a poster, what a title.
Yep, the title in itself is kind of a work of art. I agree. Speaking of works of art, this is not one of them. August 25th, we got a Blu-ray and DVD coming of The Breadwinner from this year. Connor, have you even seen the trailer for this film?
Seen the trailer for this. I feel bad because I the director of this directed the Weird Al movie, which I really enjoyed.
Right.
So I'm happy he's making new film, but like, yeah, it didn't look great. And then we found Nate Bargatze is a big fan of UFC fighting, and definitely not anyone else who was there. No. He was just there for the UFC. Just like some people who went to an island just for the snorkeling and not for anything else. Sure you did. Sure, Mr. Nate Bargatze. Definitely not a fan of Mr. Orange. Mr. Orange. No.
Well, let's say Agent Orange instead.
Agent Orange. Yeah.
If you have not seen the trailer for this film,
yeah, but you're right. Besides all that,
I implore you to go watch the trailer for this film. This movie looks like it was pulled out of a 1992 rejected script pile. This
82.
Yeah. It looks awful. It genuinely looks like the worst of the worst, like sitcom style jokes. Yeah. Very much like women, am I right? Like extra exaggerate. Like what are we doing here? This movie looks like pure trash. I do not get it.
Yeah,
I don't know why Mandy Moore said yes to this. She must have got paid.
Yeah, she's probably got some free time. I don't know. Like, what's she up to these days? I don't know.
Well, this is not us, is what I will say. Going to our next one. December 2nd, we are getting a 4K Blu-ray and DVD release over in Japan, which we don't talk about a lot of Japanese releases, but there's a label there called Amuse that is putting out Kokuo from last year. Now, this is meaningful because the only other company that has released this is in Australia on physical media. So you've got an Australian release, which is super affordable, or you've got this release, which is 4K. The Australian one is only Blu-ray. This is expensive as shit. So if you want it, you can get it. But the big thing is it's English friendly. A lot of Japanese releases are not English friendly. So the feature on this is English friendly. It does have English subtitles, and it's supposed to be a great, beautiful movie. I have not watched my copy yet because I am busier than ever in my life, but it looks like a fantastic movie.
I've heard it's great. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's great.
Yeah, I'd like to know. I have not heard many people in the chat talking about this one, but I am dying to see.
Got that surprise Oscar nomination for best makeup. So
that's right.
I forgot
all about it.
Because like it was the Japan's Oscar submission for national film, but then it got in for best makeup. It's a film about kabuki theater. So I'm so happy they got an Oscar nomination. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal, and something like this getting a release is just exciting. And now, like, I'm very curious what is going on in the U.S. because clearly there's English subtitles. It played theatrically here. Undoubtedly, somebody will release this. I imagine it'll probably get like a Criterion premieres release or something like that eventually.
That's to me, yeah.
That or G Kids actually would make sense too.
I wonder. You're right. That actually would make sense too, because they just announced there's several films recently. So yeah, I could see them releasing this.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
All right. How do you talk about this after what we just talked about? Coming soon, we don't have a release date yet, but Blu-ray and DVD releases of Dutton Ranch Season 1. I don't know how they got the cast that they do on this. Annette Bening is in this. Cole Hauser, Ed Harris, Finn Little, Kelly Riley. Not heard anything about this one. It's, I believe, another one of the spin-offs from the... what is the... Yellowstone, that's it.
But now it's like, God, we're like 5 seasons in and spin-offs. Like, you really have to be a real like diehard fan to watch all of this.
Yeah, I don't see how Taylor Sheridan film or show has 84 different spin-off series now, and only a couple people have been canceled so far, which is kind of surprising. All right. Let's go to the next one. Don't worry, we'll talk about Taylor Sheridan again in just a moment. We've got a film coming from Anchor Bay. That's right, Anchor Bay. Hate Horses. They are alive again. Somebody bought their name, basically.
Okay. I see.
So Hate Horses from 2017 is their next release. And this is another one. I implore you to watch the trailer for this film. I feel like I don't know how to explain this. So I feel like the tone in this script was just Mad Libs in a blender.
Okay.
And if you go to the trailer and skip forward like 12 seconds, watch a couple seconds, skip again, you're going to feel like you just watched a montage at the Oscars. Because a couple of the scenes look pretty well acted, but they look tonally all over the damn place.
All right.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody even seeing this film. In fact, I don't believe. Well, I looked this up, and this was either not on Letterboxd or not on IMDb, which was surprising to me. It wasn't on one of them, and it's 9 years old. So yeah, interesting.
I could have sworn, based on this poster, I thought it was like a film from the 70s or something. Oh wow!
So it worked. That's exactly what they wanted you to feel.
Yeah, it's distinct. It's interesting. I don't know. I've never heard of this. Wow.
Yeah, the disc on this one will have a commentary with the director and composer, a roundtable discussion from 3 years later, and then a Man with a Mission short documentary. Check it out. I linked the documentary. It is worth watching. Then we've got from Undercrank, their second announcement in the last couple of months, which is nice because Undercrank does not do a lot. The next Marion Davies release, we got The Cardboard Lover from 1928. This one, very ahead of its time to be able to put this out. 90 years before people really loved Vinegar Syndrome. You can tell that this was going to be a big hit.
But no, I'm very happy. Undercranked, doing great work. Preserving cinema. So I'm always happy to see what they release.
Also, and I know that I've said this on this channel, talking to Ben Modell himself. I adore the graphic design on their covers, but this is next level. This is truly so well done. I wish anybody else would match some of the quality like this for silent films. This is a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
This is going to have a couple featurettes on here. We've got Marion Davies' Steward of Her Legacy, which is from this year. That's 9 minutes long. And then a restoration comparison, which I always really love, especially for something like this. When this was a Kickstarter thing, you actually get to see what people's money was bought into and what it helped to do to actually save film. Yeah. That's so cool. Taylor Sheridan, huh? Landman Season 2 coming on September 22nd, Blu-ray and DVD here in the U.S. from Paramount. You've got a 3-disc release. You've got an Inside Landman Season 2. What an original name for a featurette that was. They've also got Finding Character in Clothing. What? That's the name of the featurette. Finding Character in Clothing with the clothing designer.
Gotta find something.
That's true. And if you're a clothing designer, where better than in clothing? Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, Andy Garcia, Ali Larder, and Sam Elliott. Giant names in this. They must make a shit ton of money on their stuff.
Yeah, I you're right. It's a mixture. What's a mixture of money? Must be easy to work with. I don't know. Yeah, but like there must be an audience for these, and they must be fairly good to work on. Yeah.
Well, and looking at the color on the cover art here, I imagine this one is probably set in Mexico. It's got that Mexico filter. All right. Next up, big announcement from Red Shirt Pictures today. We had talked about this previously, but we are now able to pre-order the brand new 4K and Blu-ray dual format release of Angel of Heat from 1983. This is coming on September 29th. This is going to be a regular 4K Amaray case with a slipcover. You've also got a double-sided pinup style folded poster on this. And this is a Marilyn Chambers film that is directed by Merle A. Schreiben. Angel of Heat is a gloriously oddball sci-fi action romp that's earned its place as a true cult curiosity. This one will be a 2-disc 4K and Blu-ray release, 4K restoration from the OCN, mastered with Dolby Vision. We have a couple different aspect ratio options on the disc. We also have a commentary with the director, moderated by Michael Felsher. Women of Agency, a visual essay on Maryland's mainstream adventures by Jared Stearns. Vintage archival materials, including the original trailer, behind-the-scenes still gallery, double-sided Maryland Chambers pinup-style folded poster, like I said, a slipcover, O-card, whatever, with the original artwork by Justin Osborne. Good-looking art, fun-looking release. Mary Warnov's in this as well. 3,000 slipcovers available. Check it out if you're into it. That being said, it's $50, Connor. $50.
Ooh. That's a lot. It's a lot. But if this is, once again, like, it's one of those things, like, if this is your favorite movie, then no price is too high, I guess. But yeah.
The other exciting thing, I believe, if I remember right, I don't think this had a DVD release, or it may have had DVD. It was either trapped on VHS or trapped on DVD. Sure. So this is a big upgrade to go all the way up to 4K.
Okay. That's cool.
Yep. All right. Next up, we talked about John Carney earlier. Let's talk about him again. Power Ballad from this year, coming on August 25th on Blu-ray and DVD. This is the one with Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas. I love that on the cover, this Nick Jonas isn't singing. He's just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
We got a making of. We got a music featurette on this. We got the power of Paul Rudd, some trailers. That's it. Did you get to see Power Ballad?
No, I haven't seen this one. I liked his previous film, the one starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, I haven't seen this one yet. So
I haven't seen that one.
it was on Apple with
that's why
Eve Hansen.
Is that fairly recently?
Flora and Son from 3 years ago.
2023.
Yeah.
All right.
That one. Yeah. That one was set in. I like because it was set in Ireland, so I always like when he goes back to Ireland. But this one, hey, I like Paul Rudd, so this could also be good too.
Yeah, have not seen that one. I've never even heard of that one. Interesting. All right. Next up, we got 4K Steelbook re-releases of Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and Sleepy Hollow. Both of these coming on September 22nd. How do you feel about both of them?
Two of his best, I'd say. I really think these are two of Burton's best films. I already have a steelbook of Sleepy Hollow. The one from,
this exact steelbook got released previously.
This one.
That's the special one.
This is the special one. This one that came with they printed the short story in the steelbook. So I have that one. But no, I see what we talked about. That's very cool. Hey, you don't have these films. Good way to get them. I think this was for me. This is him at top of his game. I think Sleepy Hollow is just phenomenal. Love that movie. And then Sweeney Todd is a really great adaptation. I know it makes changes from the stage show, but I think it's really good film. I think that could have been his best picture, best director nomination in a different year. I think that could have been really cool. But I'm happy, I think all around, I think it's a really good, cool, interesting musical. But Sweeney Todd, Sleepy Hollow, though, one of my just adore that film.
The feeling of Sleepy Hollow is kind of legendary. The setting is beautiful.
Photography, beautiful.
Yep, 4K looks great on that one too.
All sets, it looks so incredible. They built that town. That tree is amazing. The horseman is so cool. Yeah. Top five.
Love it. All right, next up, August 26th, we got a box set of Woody Allen films coming from Imprint, and this is directed by Woody Allen, Volume 1. How do we feel about that, Connor?
A lot of movies, you know. He has a lot of movies, and I've only seen. Honestly, I've only seen maybe a third. Has so many films.
That's a lot more than me. I've seen one, and
really?
I hated it.
Which one do you hate? Which one is?
I don't want to start this fight again.
Oh no!
I watched Annie Hall last year, and I truly hated it.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah, like obviously, there's too much to get into with Woody Allen as a person, but I do really enjoy Midnight in Paris. I really enjoy that film. And yeah, he had some really good films too. But you're right. It's interesting. I wonder, is anyone releasing his films in the U.S. on 4K?
I mean, no. This is the first Woody Allen film on 4K.
This is interesting. Okay, yeah. So I feel like they've decided, you know what? There's an audience out there who want to watch films, and they will buy this. So I'm curious if this one does well, and then they keep making these. Because he was beloved.
Josh says, how does one hate Annie Hall? I could not stand Woody Allen in it. He was insufferable. Like, I understand he's kind of supposed to be, but God, did I hate it. Diane Keaton was amazing in that movie, though.
I think I haven't seen in a long time, but Diane Keaton, you know, especially after her passing, thinking about she's really great in that film. But you're right. I guess my favorite of his probably the ones that he's not in. Probably actually, I think about it. Like another one I like is Purple Rose of Cairo, which is Mia Farrow, really great in that film. Once again, it's tough to talk about it without bringing up the controversies in the personal life, but like as a director actor duo, that's a really good movie for both of them. But you know,
yeah. The box set, we've got Husbands and Wives from 92, Manhattan Murder Mystery from 93, and then the 4K title in the box set is Bullets Over Broadway from 94. No new extras, but that's because it's Woody Allen and he doesn't ever allow them. And that's where I'm like, you know, what are we doing here? Because the reality is Woody Allen is very old, and not to be morbid or anything, he'll likely pass semi soon. And when he does, then release everything and put some actual contextual extras on there.
Sure.
That would make sense.
Right. That's a good point. You're right.
Especially some of this. I mean, Diane Keaton deserves something.
Sure, yeah. She won her Oscar for this, right? Yeah.
All right. Next up. I mean, normally I'd say a big one, but seemingly kind of landed with the dud this year.
Yeah.
August 25th, we're getting a 4K Steelbook, a standard 4K, a Blu-ray, and a DVD of Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. And these are all of the covers. And they just kind of look semi-boring to me. I'm not really a Star Wars guy, but this is, I don't know, something just kind of bleh.
I saw the first season of The Mandalorian show. I enjoyed it, but I didn't watch 2 and 3. And then now I don't feel compelled to watch this. Side note, does anyone on the chat do the summer movie wager with Slash Filmcast? Do you do this, Ryan?
I don't know, but I've heard that it's a lot of fun, and I doing it.
Thing where you try and predict the 10 biggest films of the summer every year. You know, you can go to a website and enter your vote. And man, this is gonna be they've already said like, oh yeah, everyone's list is screwed because this Supergirl. Even the Minions films are not doing very well, are underperforming. And then, of course, Obsession and Backrooms, which no one had on their list, are now shooting to the top 5. It's like, oh, yeah, no one knows anything. We all thought we knew the summer was going to be. Nope. Moana's doing badly, too. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Good. Maybe they'll rethink something, but probably not. On the disc, we got behind the scenes with the artist creating the puppetry, miniatures, and all that fun stuff. We got a featurette on how they make the landscape on the film. We've got the film's fabrication as they build the entire Star Wars city. We've got witnessing how the tiny creatures featured in the game were lovingly brought to giant-sized life for the Mandalorian's big screen debut, and then an audio commentary by Jon Favreau. And if you're not into any of these, like the Steelbook is not enough for you, and you want something a little more special, they're also doing this special Besker Collector's Edition. This is going to come with special packaging and metal posters. Metal posters.
Interesting idea. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're a super fan, pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. There it is. Check it out if you're into it. Next up, Full Moon, October 13th, putting out Models versus Werewolves. Now we can get classy.
Yeah,
2026. I love that even on a film like this, we get a director's commentary, Connor.
Hey, own it. You made this movie. You want to talk about it? Come on.
I don't know about you. I'm probably team Models. All right. Next up from Full Moon, I have to read the synopsis for this. So, October 13th, the Blu-ray's coming of Prompt from 2025. A young woman immerses herself in AI to satisfy her sexual desires and discovers a shocking truth. Charles Band himself takes you beyond the threshold of artificial intelligence with this startling and sexy new thriller. When a young woman begins immersing herself in the arena of AI, her wildest and darkest fantasies become sensual and terrifying realities. But the deeper she sinks into her online explorations, the closer she gets to the shocking truth. But don't worry, you get the soft cut and the hard cut of the film. You also get Prompt Video Zone and a trailer.
Wow. So we're at that point now with AI. The AI, they're making B movies about AI now. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know,
Charlie Band will make anything.
And still going strong. I wonder, like, you know, I feel like these are such a kind of almost a different time, a relatively different time. Very good, very good. You know how, like, you know, what's it called? Trancers. Helen Hunt is in Trancers, and that kind of launched her. Has anyone's career been launched from one of these kind of the companies in the last years? I wonder, because I feel like, you know, we talk about like with Corman, like, you know, people got their careers started working for Corman. I wonder, are anyone's careers being launched from these kind of companies anymore, or is it just
a great question?
I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I can't think of any.
I don't know. Like, not the same thing, but the closest thing I can think of would be like how Damien Chazelle wrote some horror scripts before making Whiplash. Like, that's the closest thing I can think of, but I don't know.
Huh. I don't think I knew that either.
He wrote a horror film starring Elijah Wood about a piano player. Oh, hey, Deaf Crocodile's here! Yay!
We were. Oh yeah, what was the title you wanted to recommend to Deaf Crocodile? Craig is listening now.
Please release this the Norwegian stop motion film, Grand Prix. I think it's called Pinchcliffe Grand Prix. I got this from Norway. I'm happy to have it, but I would love a U.S. release. Please release it.
Incredible. Let's see. Gary says looks like a Tron knockoff. Can you show us the forbidden cover? Let's see. I don't think the industry is set up in a way for that to be possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably a good comment. That's probably true.
Sure.
Your question is great. Makes me want to think about B movies of the 90s. It's a fun era. Oh, look at that. He says, I think we spoke to them about that film and they wanted a lot of money. Well, talk them down, Craig.
Talk them down.
Next up, the non-problematic following of Woody Allen. We get to talk about The Sandman now. This complete second season coming to Blu-ray and DVD on October 20th. But don't worry, the show is already canceled, so you can also buy the complete series on Blu-ray and DVD on the same day. Now, of course, this is going to frustrate people because the first season came out on 4K. And then the creator got canceled after the first season came out, and they had already made the second season. So, of course, that one's not coming out on 4K because why would they waste their money? It's not going to do well. So here we are.
Yep.
Check it out. All right. Next up, one of the more shocking announcements of the week. September 22nd, a Blu-ray release coming from Sony of Bridget Loves Bernie, the complete series from 1972 to 73. Out of left field, how are we getting this? This is fantastic. Love that they're doing it. This says Jewish working-class cab driver Bernie Steinberg falls in love at first sight with privileged Catholic teacher Bridget Fitzgerald, and they find themselves in a whirlwind romance. While their love is constant, their parents are constantly meddling, both sides uncomfortable with each other's social status and religion. Also starring David Doyle and Audra Lindley, Bridget Loves Bernie was a situation comedy ahead of its time. This is newly remastered, and this is, I believe, the highest rated series to ever get canceled. And the big reason is because it got a lot of complaints because of the religious controversy of a mixed religion relationship in 1972. That's what got this show canceled.
Wow. That's interesting.
And I didn't make that up. That was not a hentai story. That was a... Oh, Sivner, completely agree. He said, is she 12 or 20? Yeah, you look at this photo. It's a very 1972, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's fast. Okay. Cool.
Another big one to throw on the TV stack.
Yeah.
We are getting Perfect Strangers, the complete series on Blu-ray for the first time on August 25th from Warner Brothers. This is a big deal. Big deal.
I'll take your word for it. I've never...
I saw this on rerun all the damn time when I was younger. I could have watched about half of it brand new, but I was still too young anyways. But yeah, Perfect Strangers was everywhere for a long time. This is wild. I am so shocked that this is getting a Blu-ray release. I don't love the case, obviously. The way that they do these are always just kind of shitty, but it is cool that we're getting a release. And yeah, great theme song, as everybody's already talking about. Big deal. Love that this is coming out. Not much else to say. I assume you've not seen this one.
I have not.
All right. Next up. The film Kiyoma is getting a 4K and Blu-ray dual format plus a CD release on July 23rd. That's only next week already. This is coming in Germany from Play On Pictures. It is a website exclusive, so I believe that means I don't think they ship this to the US. That being said, usually on things like this, Brother Belial, Orbit, Diabolic, they might get at least a couple copies. So if you're into it, I would check out their website probably starting about 2 to 3 weeks after release of this, and they might see a handful pop up unless they sell out very, very quickly. But even then, I have a feeling you'll be able to get one of these. This is a Franco Nero starring spaghetti Western. Are you into a Franco Nero or spaghetti Westerns?
I'm spaghetti Westerns, yes, but actually Franco Nero, I'm always aware of him, but I don't think I've actually seen any of his actual films. And no, Tarantino loves him, obviously, but yeah, I really should dive into more spaghetti Westerns beyond Leone.
Yeah, this is a big one, and it had been released previously on Blu-ray, I believe, by Arrow, if I remember right, and loaded release coming out from them, though. They've got multiple commentaries. The film itself is English friendly, which is why we're covering it. We don't normally cover a lot of Play On stuff because they're not all English friendly, but this one is. Great movie. I'm sure this will look solid in 4K. If it looks even half as good as Django looks on 4K, this will look incredible. Next, Madman in Australia is giving us a clue to our topic tonight. So we get to talk about the career of Sam Neill after we cover this. Sam Neill sadly passing away this last week. September 2nd, they're releasing, and so is kind of everybody worldwide. We're getting like 5 or 6 different releases of Hunt for the Wilder People 10-year anniversary. But because it is from that part of the world, we are getting this special edition from Madman. It's a 10th anniversary sort of box set, and they've got some paper goods coming with this. Looks like a fun release. You can preview this in the U.S. from like Brother Belial, Orbit. I believe a couple others are carrying this one. How do we feel about Hunt for the Wilder People? Not to tease too much for tonight. How do you feel about this one?
Oh yeah, no, I'm so happy. I'm very happy that doing this new release. Yeah, such a fun movie. So terrific.
Josh is asking if there's a U.S. release. There's not been one announced. I have a feeling Sony will be releasing this one. Okay. Pretty much everybody else has gotten a release. Germany, the UK, Australia now. We're bound to get one, guaranteed. Madman on September 2nd also releasing a 4K, a Blu-ray, and a DVD of The Death of Robin Hood, the Hugh Jackman film from this year. Now, I've heard sort of mixed things on this one. Did you get to see this one?
I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet, but you're right. I have heard mixed things, but I think it's interesting, like the concept, and I like Hugh Jackman, so I want to see it. But I'll have to wait to see it at home now.
Yeah, very curious on this one. I like Jodie Comer too, so yeah, very curious to see how this one turns out. All right, going to our next one, which I believe, we got some classics from Universal. Now, I believe most of these were previously out from Kino, but they're getting standalone releases from Universal themselves. All these coming on August 11th. So we've got First Love from 1939. This is with Deanna Durbin. On that same day, we've got I'll Be Yours, also with Deanna Durbin. On August 11th, still, we've got Portrait in Black. This one with Richard Basehart, Anthony Quinn, and Lana Turner. It does, yes. Very similar style. And that one's from 1960, too. And then we got Lana Turner as Madame X from 1966. Burgess Meredith, John Forsythe also in that one. Ricardo Montalban, too. And then we've got Blindfold with Rock Hudson, also from Universal on August 11th. Claudia Cardinale is also in that one. A lot coming out from Universal on that day. And then August 25th, Sony Pictures Classics putting out the Jane Austen Book Club, the Jimmy Smits movie that everybody is clamoring to purchase. Interesting choice here. I believe this had a previous Blu-ray release, so not real sure why Sony's focusing on this. They've got literally hundreds and hundreds of other titles people are clamoring to get. Thank goodness we get the Jane Austen Book Club again.
Kathy Bates fans, really Kathy Baker fans, and Jimmy Smith fans, Lynn Redgrave.
Not putting it down necessarily, just saying we don't really need it again right now. Give us some other titles. Anyways, but man, I'm excited because Sony is also giving us Marine 5 Battleground with The Miz. This is coming on August 25th. Have you caught up with Marines 1 through 4?
I am so behind on the Marine films. My God, I'm ashamed to say I have not seen any of the Marine films. Wasn't the first one John Cena?
I believe so.
Yeah, that was one of his first lead roles. Yeah, I don't know why I remember that, but yeah. And then
not only that, I believe that's about to get a 4K release overseas.
John Cena, man, he sells. I guess I like him, and he's very funny in Suicide Squad. So yeah, I like John Cena. I guess
he was good in there. Did you see Blockers? I thought he was great in that one too.
No, I missed that. No.
Blockers is fun.
Just don't ask John Cena. Taiwan.
On the next one, we've got August 18th, a Blu-ray and DVD from Wellgo USA of Badland Rising, another very MAGA-friendly sort of release it looks like from them, which I don't know what's going on with Wellgo. They do these prestige, incredible Asian titles and then films for red hats.
Okay.
Check it out, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're into it. Next up, Film Masters putting out Battle of the Worlds from 1961. This is coming on July 28th. From the height of the Italian sci-fi craze comes this creepy thriller about a runaway asteroid dubbed The Outsider. Interesting sort of bland name for an asteroid.
Yeah. I guess it's different than calling it 2247. I give it a name, but you're right. That's all you thought of. Okay.
Let's name it Charles. Asteroid Charles is on the way. Next up, this one, kind of curious about this one. Giant Pictures putting out Mockbuster and The Land That Time Forgot. And I love this story because the director here, Anthony Frith, he got paid by the Asylum to make The Land That Time Forgot. And he essentially said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's also make a documentary about the Asylum and making a fake monster movie basically at the same time and make a documentary called Mockbuster. And so now he gets to release both of them at the same time, and it sounds like a fun release. I'm especially curious to check out his documentary.
I didn't realize I'd heard of the concept. I didn't realize so it's a documentary about himself making an Asylum movie. That's very interesting. That's a really cool idea.
It's a very unique way to get 2 credits.
I know, it's clever because honestly, sometimes that's worth it too, because I finally watched the Megalopolis documentary Megadoc on the Criterion channel.
Yeah,
and that's a terrific documentary. So honestly, it makes Megalopolis worth it because that documentary is really interesting, way better than. But hey, it's worth it for the documentary.
I just love the story for this too. He literally approached the Asylum and asked to make the movie with no bona fides or anything like that. And they said yes. And he's like, oh, okay, I got to go make this movie now.
Well, shit. What's the joke like when you lie on your resume and the job still hires you? Oh no! Oh.
Got to put that lack of experience to work now. What a cover to follow up Mockbuster. October 13th, Unearthed Films putting out The Sky Is Fallen from 2009. Sorry. This says it delivers an intense blend of post-apocalyptic survival horror and creature feature suspense as humanity faces near extinction. This is loaded with extensive supplemental material chronicling the film's production, a legacy. Included are a commentary with the director Doug Roos, and the executive producer, the retrospective 20 years later, reflecting on my first feature, some featurettes examining the influence of Asian cinema in 1980s genre films, and then some pre-pro items as well. Man, what a poster there.
Yeah.
I'm not very hungry. That is it, I guess. Wow, what a title to end on. Just in case you forgot, let's bring up our list of what is coming out next week. Semi-big week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So Falling Down 4K from Arrow, Pleasantville 4K from Shout, which I guess I'm hearing that this audio might be censored in this. They may have removed a line of dialogue that says the word slut. Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
Ridiculous. Sony putting out the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad 4K, Unlawful Entry 4K from Shout Factory. The screen glitching like crazy. I'll remind you of everything. The films of Mike Mills coming out on 4K and Blu-ray from Criterion. Black Belly of the Tarantula is slated to come out, but we'll see if it's actually ready. I've not heard of them starting to collect money from people, so I kind of don't think that's going to be ready next week, but hopefully soon. Cruel Story of Youth 4K from Criterion, Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa 4K, Anyone But You 4K, The Boxer from Radiance, the A24 release of Pillion, The Love That Remains. What is going on here? And then we've got Tetsuo the Bullet Man from Unearthed Films, The Maverick Queen from Kino, Stavisky and La Treviste from Indicator, Full House from Indicator. Not going to bring up that one. Hey, Escape from Zahrain. We talked about that one just a little while ago. That's getting a Kino release next week. Why We Fight from Sony Pictures Classic. See, first time on Blu-ray, Sony. That's what you do. What is going on there? We've got the Coconuts in 3D, supposedly. I had not heard about that one. And then some anime titles. Anything you're excited about for next week?
Falling Down is an interesting film to me. I think it's a very interesting film. Obviously, it's deliberately provocative. But I get that it is a fascinating kind of portrait of like early 90s Los Angeles, and it's an interesting film. I think Michael Douglas is really good in it in a very kind of questionable role. But I find that film. I think about that film. I think it's fascinating. But it's one of those films like I almost you worry like, what if the wrong people watch this? Will they take the wrong lesson from it? But I think at the heart of it, I understand what it's trying to say. So yeah, it's an interesting LA movie for sure.
I will be buying it. Absolutely. That is a movie that I've watched many times and enjoyed. And gosh, Michael Douglas is great in that one.
Yeah, he's really great in it. And it's I've been to like the pier where the final shootout is. So it's one of those great like LA location films. So that's always cool to me.
Let's see. Gary's at, Gary, I had the exact same question. What was that Night of the Living Dead release? And it's a Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray by Redux from iPop. Night of the Living Dead in 3D Blu-ray.
Interesting.
No idea.
I have the Criterion release. So yeah, that's interesting.
Oh man. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on this one. Very, very weird. Like I don't see a list to purchase it or anything like that. No. Anyways, we get to talk about somebody that I've appreciated for a long time.
Yeah.
We get to talk about Sam Neill. What was your first Sam Neill? Was it Jurassic Park?
It probably was. Like Jurassic Park's one of those just like beloved films. Like I was too young to see that in the theater. But I'm sure we just had it around the house or people rented it. But the one for me that really is special to me is Merlin. Like I remember, I've always loved this, and I my dad actually told me we were on vacation at the time when this aired, and I told my dad we'd have to get to the hotel and watch this on the TV. I can't miss this. I really want to see this. So I was clearly must have been like saw it in like the commercials or the newspaper ad, because I was very excited for this. And I have always in my mind like, oh yeah, I always love Merlin. It's a great miniseries, and it's such a wonderful interpretation. Speaking of the Odyssey, it's a wonderful unique interpretation of the King Arthur myth through a different lens. And Sam Neill is just wonderful as Merlin, as a central character. He brings such gravitas and such weight. He grounds that miniseries. You know, it's a Hallmark miniseries. It has some budget restraints. It can't do everything it wants to, but because of him at the center of it, he's such a wonderful performance. And along with a great cast with Helena Bonham Carter, with Natasha Richardson, with Martin Short. So I think it's just a terrific, and it's a terrific miniseries, and it's part of this whole little genre of these classic literature miniseries. You have the Odyssey miniseries, you have this miniseries, you have Gulliver's Travels, all around the same time in the 90s. So I have a fondness for all of those. So that's definitely my biggest personal love for Sam Neill is I love the Merlin miniseries. But obviously Jurassic Park though is this eternal classic.
Yeah. Well, and he has done so much throughout the years, and so many of these are they're odd because I don't think he's ever given a bad performance that I've seen him in any way. Like he's never phoned anything in, but so many, because he's very often just the perfect straight man. He gives these very understated performances. So you're not hearing a lot of like, oh my God, Sam Neill's amazing in that. But the reality is, like, he is consistently the best parts of many of these movies and the ones that we relate to the most. And when you go back and watch some of these and you realize years later, like, my God, the same guy that did Possession can do something like Dead Calm. The same guy that did, In the Mouths of Madness can be Hunt for the Wilder People. And to compare those is crazy, but it's just the spectrum of Sam Neill, and I love that.
Mm-hmm. No, he's a steady hand. He can mesh with any cast, any director, and I've heard a lot of people talk about. Oh yeah, he was like the person you play off of that a lot of other people shined because they had him to play off of. But like that's still a great talent to be able to be that center, to be that straight man, and to match them in whatever the role is or the story is. But you're right, like, especially, going back to Wilder People, that's such a fun, charming adventure story. And of course, the kid is wonderful because he has all these crazy lines, but then he has to play off someone. He has to have this back and forth with this grizzled, crotchety Sam Neill, who is like, why is this kid following me? Go away, kid. I don't want you. But that dynamic is so fun. And I saw, I've seen several interviews now going back this past week, and like I think I've seen a clip from that 10th anniversary Q&A, which is on the Blu-ray there, and says, oh yeah, I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It was such a joy to make, and I'm so happy. He was still working and he still has films that are going to come out later this year. He was constantly working, but that was such a nice, great kind of late in career juicy role, and he won several awards for that. And like, it's definitely, if you are someone who knows him best for his 90s work, which is probably his most, acclaimed, Jurassic Park, Red October, Mouth of Madness, that's kind of his golden era, so to speak.
Event Horizon.
If you haven't seen Wilder People, that is such a wonderful movie to revisit or check out for the first time.
He almost made it to working in 7 different decades, and you say it like that, and you realize it's a long time. He lived a long-ish. It's a long life, but it still felt like one of those people that was like timeless in a way. He is not that old looking when he passed away, but at this point he was almost 80 years old.
Yeah,
he looked incredible.
And one of those things, like, sadly, because of the whole. Because he had gone through this cancer battle recently, it's sadly kind of felt like we were almost worried this was going to happen. But he always felt so full of life, even up until like he was such a lively person. His Instagram, where he just like, here's me and my farm, here's my pig, here's my ranch, here's my winery. Like he always seemed just such a happy guy who
Yeah.
loved his life. Like there's a great quote I read this week which says they were asking, "Are you afraid of dying?" No, I'm not afraid of dying. I would be annoyed because I love my life. I love my farm. I love my grandkids. I would be annoyed, but I'm not afraid of dying. I enjoy my life. I hope to keep living. So he just seemed like that's also a thing I realized this week was that everyone who knew him said, "Oh, he was just the greatest guy. He was wonderful to work with. He was such a nice friend to have." He was just, you love to hear that. You love to hear that someone passes away that just everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's a loss, not just because of an actor, but because he was just such a great guy. You wish you'd hope to be friends with him."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got that. We should state too that he started in the early '70s on a bunch of shorts and TV movie stuff like that. The big one that I think is the earliest that I've seen from him. Robert called it out here a minute ago. Sleeping Dogs, really great movie. New Zealand film. Yeah. I strongly recommend it. It's one of those that I don't know. You watch it and it doesn't feel as old as it actually is. And again, that. It kind of is Sam. Like so much of what you realize, like, damn, he made this when he was 64. You're like, how was he filming this at 64? But yeah, Sleeping Dogs came out 76, 77, something like that.
Yeah. And it was a landmark. I love that he's also so tied in with New Zealand cinema. That was like the first, it was the first 35 millimeter feature film in New Zealand. And it was one of the first ever, internationally distributed New Zealand films.
Yep.
He's so tied in with New Zealand film history. He's like one of their kind of patron saints. He's from there to the piano to Wilder People. He is such a force in New Zealand cinema. Despite the fact that he's actually born in Northern Ireland and then moved there when he was 7. But his dad was from New Zealand. But that's so funny. Oh yeah, he's actually spent 7 years in Ireland before moving to Australia. To New Zealand, and I like that. I haven't seen the show Peaky Blinders, but I know that he had a part in that where he played a Northern Ireland police officer. Oh, that's great! I'm so happy he got to play Northern Irish in a project,
and fairly late too. That's the big thing.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so obviously, he moved back to New Zealand, and that means, of course, with Oceania being so close, he did a lot in Australia, did a lot in New Zealand. Yeah. I think it's Attack Force Z, I believe, is the one that he did with Mel Gibson. That was handful of years after Sleeping Dogs. So yeah, that was him, Mel Gibson. John Philip Law, I think, is the lead in that one. Random cast, but that is right before the big breakout, of course, which is Possession. Now, that movie, how do you feel about Possession? Have you seen
I
Possession?
just watched it last night because I had never seen it. And I was like, I've always heard it's a great cult film. You got to check it out.
Tell us about it.
I'm sorry I waited so long, but finally this was the moment I got to watch Possession. And, it's terrific. It is a wild ride, though. I would love to see it in a theater to hear the audience.
Yeah.
It starts like a minute in. It starts at a 10 and then only goes up from there. Like, this is nuts.
There's so much screaming in Possession.
It's one of those films, I've seen the memes. I've seen some of the photos. I've seen the scene in the subway. It's one of those, I'm aware of this movie. And obviously everyone says, oh, yeah, obviously Isabelle Adjani is terrific. She's phenomenal. It's so cool that she won Best Actress at Cannes for it. That's amazing. But once again, he is right there. He is matching her scene for scene. He is bringing everything he can to that role, to this two-hander film, and his scenes with Heinrich, with the other man, and how he goes from furious, angry to toying with him. It's such a range of emotions both have to go through throughout the film. No, he's terrific, and that was also because I haven't seen Sleeping Dogs, so this was probably the oldest film of his I've seen, and it was kind of wow to see him at 30,
very young,
33, 34, something like that. Wow, he's so young in this, but I can still see it's him. I can see Alan Grant in him, but it's a 100%. younger man. The physicality of that role, but also the twinkle in his eye. He's got that real twinkle in some of those scenes. And I haven't seen it, but to know that he also played Damien in The Omen 3 is such a funny idea. Like, wow, he's in this. As someone who, once again, grew up with him in, Jurassic Park or whatnot, to think that he's in this horror franchise playing the devil. Like, good for you. Good for you, Sam Neill.
So I saw Jurassic Park first, but I absolutely watched all of the Omen movies when I was 8, I think it was. I watched all of them, and his, for some reason, is one that I was drawn to. And it's not good. If you watch it now, it's not great, but it is. I don't know. It's not even like fun, but it's such a unique entry in a very weird franchise, which I don't know. The Omen movies are a blast, and I don't know if it's just me. I feel like hardly anybody talks about the Omens anymore, but God, that first movie's a banger.
Yeah, fun fact though, apparently, I was looking at this one. In Merlin, one of the actors in Merlin who plays like Merlin's like adoptive mother, she played the nurse in the first Omen, the one who hangs herself. It's like, wow, it's like, did they talk about that? Hey, we were both in Omen movies, not the same one, but like, hey, we're both Omen heads.
Yep.
But no,
yeah.
I saw the first Omen here in LA years ago. With Richard Donner was there for a Q&A.
Oh,
that was fun. Yeah,
that would be legendary. God, I would love that.
It was very cool to see him, and also it was funny because he insisted, even then, like, it's not a horror film; it's a psychological thriller. Because when I made that film, horror was a death sentence. If you made horror films, you're a B movie filmmaker. So it is not a horror film. It is a psychological thriller. Because I don't make horror films. I make thrillers. Thrillers are prestigious.
Interesting. Well, that leads me to, I think, the next big one for me, which is the first time that he feels like he's entering that Alan Grant era, which is 1989's Dead Calm. Have you seen Dead Calm yet?
Yes, it's been a long time, but yeah. And of course, once again, Nicole Kidman, it's her breakout movie. It's a lot of attention, but you need him there. And she said, like, oh, he was so wonderful. Like, with my first movie, he was so great to work with. It's three-hander. You got him kind of in the center. You got Nicole Kidman, and then you got Billy Zane, young Billy Zane.
Billy, yeah.
No, really good thriller. I haven't seen it in a long time. I really should revisit it now because it's been a while. But yeah, terrific little, 3 people in a boat, cramped space thriller. Yeah,
very, very keenly directed by Philip Noyce. Really interesting design, shot selection there. To keep it sort of kinetic in a way, which it absolutely does feel that way. And if it is mostly set in one area like this, it absolutely could have been sort of boring. But no, he pulls it off. This is a fun movie. It is worth a watch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then after that, one that I believe, is it Umbrella had released? Death in Brunswick is one that I've been meaning to see for some time. Came out fairly right after, I believe, Dead Calm. I've not seen this one either, but I know it's a big one for a lot of people, so I want to make sure that it at least got mentioned. But then, of course, the big mid-90s classic that you have to talk about. That's right, Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
I've never seen this, but I've just heard the tall tales of Chevy Chase.
I mean, it's worth watching just to understand that not everybody is perfect, and that includes one John Carpenter. And this movie is bad. It is real bad. Sam Neill, though, is he's not bad in it. He's just not. He's doing what he can, and Chevy was an energy suck and everything, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, this movie is sort of it's there. Yeah, but we'll leave it there.
What I saw this week, I watched In the Mouth of Madness, which I'd never seen, so I also watched that first time, and I really enjoyed that. So hey, I'm glad that this didn't stop them working again on a different movie, and that one's really good, I think. So I really enjoyed Mouth of Madness. Yeah. And I'm so touched that, like, John Carpenter put out his statement. I loved working with Sam on 2 movies. Like, yeah, once again, even John Carpenter, Mr. Grouchy himself, is like, oh, Sam was great. Loved working with him.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. The big thing right before we get to Mouth of Madness, though, his 1993. So listen, he puts out Jurassic Park. Yes, we all love Jurassic Park. We've talked about this thousands of times and everything. But the bigger thing, he kind of rides on the coattails of a masterpiece of a movie in The Piano. Not that he puts in a bad performance, but let's be honest, it's not Sam's movie.
Sure. I found a quote about it. Literally, he says the same thing. He says a quote like, "I am so honored to be part of the movie. I know I'm only a small part of it, but like he was so open. Like, oh, I'm so proud of that film. It's a landmark for New Zealand cinema. It's a landmark for female directed cinema. I'm so honored I was part of it. I'm just thrilled that the film exists. And like that's terrific. I'm so happy he was like proud to be part of it. And it is such a landmark for the country because I watched there's a great documentary that he co-directed called
that's right,
Cinema of Unease, which is a little documentary. It's an hour long. It's on the New Zealand film website. But he just narrates the history of New Zealand cinema, and he talks about like, oh yeah, for a long time we didn't really have a cinema. We were just newsreels and TV shows, and then my film, Sleeping Dogs. Like once again, like, he is this force in New Zealand cinema. He just happens to be there at all the major moments. He is there with Sleeping Dogs. He is there with Piano. He is there with and you can tell in the film he cares so much about his country. He cares so much about making local cinema. Like the fact that he lived there. He could have moved to Hollywood after Jurassic Park, but no, I don't like LA. I want to stay in New Zealand. I like New Zealand. I'm not going to move to LA. Nope. I don't care if I was in Jurassic Park. The only thing, sadly, is that he's not in Lord of the Rings because apparently it conflicted with Jurassic Park 3. And it's like, oh no.
What a choice to make, by the way.
Like, yeah, get it. It's a lead role. It's your franchise, but like, and he never said which role it was. People assume it could have been Denethor, it could have been Theoden, maybe it was Elrond. He never said. Peter Jackson never said either, but like, it would have been lovely to see him because I'm sure he was like, so great that such a huge epic was filmed in his country by a New Zealand filmmaker, but what could have been.
Absolutely. So yeah, around that time, again, Jurassic Park, kind of amazing. I watched it when I was a kid. I don't know if this is one that you've seen, but that mid-90s Jungle Book, the one with Carrie Elwes, have you seen that one?
I think I might have seen it probably back then as a kid. I have not seen it in so long. But he's a mustache, right? He's got a nice mustache.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, that's one. It's been ages since I've seen it.
Jason Scott Lee as Mowgli, right?
And John Cleese is the other one in it too.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, one of those. I'm sure I've seen it, but so long ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Another big one, again, not one I've seen, but I know that he's supposedly great in Sirens. I think that's another one that Umbrella put out at some point, if I remember right. But yeah, heard that one is great. That's one. Hugh Grant also in that one. Big one, came out right after like The Piano and Jurassic Park. But then, we've already talked about Matt the Madness. It's amazing. Everybody loves it. Again, got covered a lot recently.
I'm so glad I finally now know what he's laughing at. Like I've seen the laughing in the theater meme. Like, what is he laughing at? Oh, now I know. Yay.
Yeah. The big one though, obviously after that is his next like most memed moments, and that's Event Horizon. So 1997 comes, and this movie, the movie that for many people, it is the director's best film. That existential dread and cosmic horror and this isolation feeling of just everythingness and nothingness all wrapped into one. I really love Event Horizon, but I also know it's kind of divisive nowadays. How do you feel about that? Have you seen it?
This is that's biggest one I need to check out now. Is I've always heard this is good. So I like Mortal Kombat. I enjoy Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But you're right. Everyone says this is his best film. And once again, the fact that he's playing a New Zealand astronaut with a New Zealand flag on his shoulder, like once again, proud, dyed-in-the-wool New Zealander. You respect that. Yeah. But definitely see it.
Kiwi all the time for him. That was a big one for me. Like that movie quite a bit. And then the next big one is one that I adored, Robin Williams. And so he's not a giant necessarily. I mean, he's a fairly large part, but he's not Robin Williams. But Bicentennial Man in '99 was one God, that's a weird movie.
I think I saw it years ago. Yeah, I've seen the clips, but right. Which one? Oh, scared the shit. Bison Man scared you? Is that what you're saying?
I think you're saying Event Horizon.
Robot Rob Williams scare you? Is that?
Yeah. Terry's saying in Event Horizon, it's an Australia flag modified with the Aboriginal flag.
Yeah.
Nice.
Once again, he's like, yeah, hopefully one day it'll be independent from England. Yeah. He's Australian. Oh, that's it. He's Australian and New Zealand. Okay, there we go. Well, he's also very much tied to Australia. But yeah, once again, I found a quote from him saying, "Oh yeah, Rob Williams was great. Loved working with him." But he said, like, "Oh yeah," and you could tell, like, I wasn't surprised when it came out about his depression because he was a guy who was manic. He would have big days and quiet days, but he said he was wonderful to work with.
Well, and then after that period, he was suddenly kind of in all kinds of fairly large movies. I mean, we've got random things like Little Fish. We've got In Her Skin, a big one for me, another horror movie, which he did a lot of, which are great. I got to be honest, I saw Daybreakers in the theaters and really loved Daybreakers.
I've never seen it, but no, he's a vampire, right?
It is a vampire movie, but it's a very unique vampire movie. There are things that happen in that movie that I don't think has happened in any other vampire films. Like, can you spoil an almost 20-year-old movie? So anyways, if this is too much, I apologize. But there's a moment where there's like existential dread for a vampire, and they show them walk out into the sun purposely to commit suicide. And that moment was just like, oh, this is a unique way to play with the lore. And yeah, I love the way that they framed that. It was really interesting. Beyond that, started doing things like The Vow with Rachel McAdams. Obviously, a different period of his life, but it makes sense for him.
He's in Wimbledon, right?
He is in Wimbledon,
I like Wimbledon. He plays Kirsten Dunst's dad, right? Like I had a very charming film. I'm a big Paul Bettany guy. And yeah, he's a small part in that, but solid, reliable Sam Neill. Good role.
Well, we're not going to skip ahead to the Thor Ragnarok and Thor whatever Love and Thunder cameos those are. But first, we talked about it earlier. Hunt for the Wilder People. How great is he in this movie? He's
so great. No, I need to revisit it. It's been 10 years now, but man, I remember just like, what a great role. What a fun character dynamic. It's such a simple, it's a great, just little buddy road trip film. And the joke is it's a delinquent 12-year-old and a crotchety old farmer. And like, yeah, what a great duo. What a good buddy film. And the lady who plays the Child Protective Services hunting them down, she's so funny in it too. And she has a cameo in Thor Ragnarok as well. But like, just a really fun movie, just a really good time. And it's also fascinating to be thinking about it's Taika Waititi before he became big. Like I remember like What We Do in the Shadows and then Hunt Real People. Like, wow, what a back-to-back, such a good movies. And I still like Taika a lot. I think he's obviously gone a bit too Hollywood maybe, but those two films, and I've heard Boy is great as well. I haven't seen Boy.
Boy is fantastic.
Those early films of his are really entertaining. He had a really great, just loose and funny feel to his filmmaking, and with great actors like Rhys Darby, who's just always hilarious.
Not to change topics from Sam Neill, but speaking of this, did you see Jojo Rabbit too?
I think Jojo Rabbit. Yeah. What do you think of it?
I think the concept is great. Something about it just didn't quite land for me. I think there was about 4 or 5 like really strong scenes, and the rest of it was just sort of filler in between those.
It's an interesting concept. I love that he plays it. That's a good, I'm going to do this role myself. I'm going to make
this. You don't force it upon anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right. And like, I think it's an interesting film. I think you're right. It's a difficult tonal thing to handle, but it's an interesting attempt, I would say. I think there's good things in it. I think, does it all work? Probably not, but I think
the shoe scene is quite effective, I would say.
But it's tonal things, yeah.
Anything else for Sam Neill you want to shout out other than the 17 Jurassic Park films?
Well, other than like, what's it called? Jurassic World Dominion, not a great movie, but it was fun to see all three of them back together again.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like when it comes to legacy sequels, people talk about, like, is it just nostalgia bait? What do you want from a legacy sequel? Do you want the characters to grow and change and new character, or do you just want the old characters back and doing the same old thing again? Every legacy sequel wrestles with that, but you can't deny to see them together, all three of them, for how little time it is. It's like, it's fun to see where their characters are, and to see him and Laura Dern's character finally get together. It's like, yeah, why weren't they together in Jurassic Park 3? That made no sense. Fine, now they're finally together at the end of that Jurassic Park movie. Cool. I'm happy for them as characters. It was fun to see them together on screen again. So you can, I'm happy he got to play that role over the course of 25 years. Good for him. It's his role. It's his most iconic character. I'm happy that he got to do a press tour and talk about, like with Indiana Jones. Like, is the last Indiana Jones great? No, but I love Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. It's his character. Yeah. He loves that character. He likes talking about it.
Obviously, this is maybe a slightly weird pivot, but I gotta say, I think it's sort of, I don't know, very intriguing to me that we got Spielberg to make Jurassic Park in '93.
Yeah.
And dinosaurs are such this ubiquitous thing for not that long. Obviously, there's only a few generations that have truly known about dinosaurs existing. And obviously, most of us have at some point in our lives, because of the idea that there were these giant creatures, become fascinated with them. It's still wild to me that Jurassic Park is still the only franchise properly built around dinosaurs, which is why I don't know if I'm like overhyping it myself, but I'm really excited for the end of Oak Street, for that David Robert Mitchell film that's coming out. Yeah.
I hope it's good, because I'm a big fan of Under the Silver Lake. So I've been waiting for him to make that film for quite a while now. You're right, because this whole, you watch Patrick Willems, the YouTuber?
Yeah,
the whole video about where are all the dinosaur movies, guys? What happened?
It's so weird.
And I commented, like, for me, it's the same thing with pirates. I'm a big pirate guy. I love pirates. Been a whole pirate fan my whole life. And then Pirates of the Caribbean, huge hit, mega hit, Oscar nominated. Cool. And we got sequels. Great. Where are the other pirate movies?
Yeah.
Why is no other studio like, we should make a pirate movie to capitalize on the success of Pirates of the Caribbean? No one did it. Why?
Black Sails, at least on TV.
Yeah, we got Black Sails, and then also we got Our Flag Means Death with Taika, which is actually a very good show. I really like that. But, like, come on, where is the knockoff blockbuster from another studio? Come on, guys, where are the other pirate blockbusters? I love Cutthroat Island. I will defend it to my dying day. But it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I saw it twice this year. 300mm with the Vista. It was amazing.
Nice.
Cheered. But like, I need more. I need more pirate films.
Yeah. But I could deal with those. Like, give us some unique original stories. It's just another world. Like, and you don't even have to
movie. I'll take that too.
You don't have to ride around cell phones. Like, come on, that solves so much right there. Yeah.
Well, back to Sam Neill. I wanted to shout out his film Sweet Country, back from 2017. That's a film set in Australia, directed by Warwick Thornton. That's a terrific little indie film I saw back when it came out. It's a kind of a sort of revenge action film about an Aboriginal man who's on the run from the law. And once again, he's a small part of the film, but Sam Neill being there, playing, once again, making this film about the rights of indigenous character at the heart of it, when he himself was a very outspoken advocate for indigenous rights to land, for land preservation. It's so cool to see him in a film like this. I'm sure he was like, I believe in this story and what we're trying to talk about. Because once again, I love the fact that learning more about him this week, it's like, he was just a guy who really believed in what he believed in, did what he could with his fame to try and advance good causes. was an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ causes, for environmental causes. Just seems like a real 100% great guy. So it's one of those things, like, on the one hand, obviously it's sad to see him end of his career, but just it seemed like everyone really loved him. And just, it's a cool thing that when everyone talks about him, like, oh yeah, he was just the great guy. Warwick Thornton, yeah, I'm happy he worked with a variety of directors, from Warwick Thornton to Jane Campion to Spielberg, whatever variety of directors he worked with over his career. And yeah, just one of those, like, good, reliable actors who, like, oh, whatever you say, Sam Neill, good to see him.
From Spielberg to Paul W.S. Anderson.
Hey, he's a working actor. Man.
It worked for a lot of decades. Well, I think that is a fairly loving tribute.
Yes.
Well, that's a hell of a night. Thank you for hanging out, Connor. This has been stupendous. You're always a wonderful guest. Appreciate it.
And thrilled to be back on the show. Always great to be here. And long live physical media, guys. Keep it up.
I will say, we didn't talk about it enough. Connor is a frequent contributor to the Physical Media Advocate, and it is, it's a cross between nostalgia and interviews and really fun pieces that other people are not approaching. You and I have a lot of very similar interests. And so selfishly, I'm always like, yeah, of course you can write about this. Please write about this. And it's been great. I mean, he
says yes every time.
The Wishbone interview this year was so well done.
Oh, that was fun. I was so thrilled. If anyone hasn't seen the documentary yet, what's the story? Wishbone. If you're a 90s kid like us, Wishbone is so important. I'm so happy they made a documentary about it. I got a Reading Rainbow documentary a few years ago. I got a Wishbone documentary. I am eating good. I can't wait for the Recess documentary. Come on, guys, make that Recess documentary. But yeah, it was great fun to talk to the filmmakers of that.
Well, and you actually contributed a piece. If you're going out this weekend, you might be able to pick up the special Dead Media issue of the Physical Media Advocate, and you've got a piece in that one as well.
Yeah, guys. Happy 50th anniversary to VHS, guys. What a landmark. And we're still here. We're getting Sing Street on VHS. Can't kill us. 50 years going strong.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. Yeah, you're incredible. Everybody check out Connor's writing. He's great. Follow him everywhere. He's a fun follow. Nice retro nostalgia follow. Can't wait to hang out again. It's been a while since we've seen you.
I love that. Yes. Next time you're in LA or next time I'm where you are.
Please come out. All right, everybody. We'll see you all next Thursday. It's been a long time for our guests, but you'll have a good time. Come back next week. We'll talk then. Everybody stay safe. Thanks, Connor. See you.
Good night, guys.
Thank you for watching The Disconnected. On the way out, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, and that you've copied the link to be able to share with someone else that may appreciate this.
Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind the scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, and let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
Do you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies, inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies, we love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description